Oh, I know I do, Shade. I'm just greedy. Can't help but want to hear it in your own words, every time. Go raise the tide and steal the spotlight. I'll be right here, waiting in the undertow. See you after.
Welcome in, everyone. We are back with more Sultan's Game by Double Cross. Let's get back into it, shall we? We have lots to do. A Vizir has summoned us, and we are trying to balance a billion other things. Can we do it? This is our second run, and this is where we stand currently. We have our dedicated Aziz, who has our black stallion with him off on an adventure to make us some money. The Sultan is not in court, but we are upgrading some tactics into bronze. And we've got all this other stuff to do. Currently, Jalila is in the House of Delights, but we have a Silver Conquest card to deal with. Of course, our girl Inal is going to run the household because that's what she do. She's very good at it. What else do we got? We got a dude, a captured heretic. What an asshole. We have a note from a book. It's a clue. It is a clue. We have the Mirror of Stars. We have the Bath VIP card, which has been killing it. Let me look at how many silver intelligences we have compared to our stone ones. We have some books. This one will start an adventure. We are not at all ready for this adventure, but it gives +1 stealth. Zephyr desperately needs some upgrades. Our poor boy. Our poor errand man. Let's see here. We've got the Thief's Cloak in here, which gives extra stealth, which is nice. And the Dagger of Purity, which is awesome. Our wife doesn't necessarily need it, but our genius girl could probably use it. Not gonna lie. We actually rocked these golden ram earrings last run to pretty good effect, quite honestly. We don't necessarily need the wisdom because we are all upgrades. The longbow is one of the better weapons in the game. Not the best, combat 4 only, but pretty good. We don't have enough money for it. But yeah, alright, that's what's here. I'm tempted on a couple of things. We do also have another Mahir project investment to deal with, which just requires some wisdom and some coins. At least 5, but you can do an extravagance card or a bloodshed card if you want to kill Mahir, but I don't necessarily want to. We have to go to the Vizir. I believe Raider's hideout also requires us to handle this ourselves. And this is a silver conquest situation, so actually, might be a really good idea. We need combat and physique here. Hold on. He comes back in 4. Raider's hideout is 6. We might actually wait on that until Aziz is back. Actually, that might be like a better idea. There's also the famous Hamar brothers, who are also a silver level conquest card. They end up in jail. Vicious dogs are bronze tier, but they come back around, as do the Hamar brothers. That's not a problem. Okay. So maybe we send our glorious wife to the bathhouse because she's amazing and we love her. We need to get her sociability up at some point. So that's good. As for the bookstore, Samir is in the bookstore. He's the court physician. I actually think we go to the bookstore to, like, sway him. And, of course, buy a book. I don't really want her to read either of these other books. She doesn't really need survival. Or the stealth. Not that either would do badly for her. Not precisely. And I don't think... I would love to give him the stealth, but I think he has to have... yeah, at least 3 wisdom to read it. So he can't even read it even if he wanted to. We do have people in the prison. We could send people to go talk to them. We could just buy this outspoken prisoner as well. But I think the best use of our day is for these two to go talk to these two and start and get their quest chain started so that they're on the board at the very least. And that is everybody. I am tempted by this Thieves' Cloak and the Dagger of Purity, but that would be the entirety of my money. I think I'll wait just a little bit longer. Alright. The next day. Let's go. To the bathhouse. Here we go. Let's see what kind of info we get today. Gorgeous. Silver tactics. Beautiful. We're gonna make money at our house. Ooh, not that much money. I mean, it's still 2 coins, but yikes. So the Sultan is like the sun. He has returned, so we're gonna have to pay attention to who's at court again. But we did upgrade our tactics by planning ahead. Your past battle experience and knowledge slowly integrate through conversations with colleagues. Here, the prison is for nobles and serious criminals. Unlike what the common people might imagine, there are no gold toilets or velvet quilts here. What you have is darkness, dampness, and ignored rats. The only unusual thing might be that, due to family bribes, the prisoners' meals aren't very bad. The current level of the prison is completely open to us. We chose to talk to him. Hey, you come just in time. A prisoner jailed for embezzling a large fortune has a friendly smile, not losing his noble affectation even in prison. Listen, I'm truly innocent and I have proof. Can you do me a little favor? He gives you a name, entrusting you to find this person in the dark alley, where there's evidence that can clear him. Rest assured, I won't let you go on this trip for nothing. Once the task is complete, I'll give you 10 gold coins as a reward. I swear on my ancestors' armor. Honor, not armor. Well, we chose to also talk to this other prisoner. This emaciated prisoner sits alone in the corner of the prison, unwilling to acknowledge you. Before you leave, you happen to meet his family here for a visit. His mother, wiping her tears, tells you that he was imprisoned for speaking out when the Sultan was playing that grand game of his. Not unlike yourself. He's just too young and hot-tempered. He doesn't understand. I told him to apologize to the Sultan, but he... She looks sorrowful and weary. After nervously twisting her fingers for a while, she hesitantly asks if you could speak for him before the Holy One. Gauge the Sultan's attitude. After all, much time has passed, and the Sultan is no longer playing the game. It's Mr. Righteous, who we end up investigating the same event over. We didn't actually finish that quest chain, so we never actually managed to impress Quaeus enough to join us, but it is possible to get him as a follower. But this is only the start of his quest chain. You promise to help her, though no one could decide Sultan's thoughts for him. The poor woman gratefully grabs your hands, tears streaming down her face. You understand the Sultan's character. He doesn't actually care about his minister's opinions, and might have already forgotten them. You realize that you could use your influence and some gold to persuade the Sultan to release him. Onto the bookstore. Introduction to Herbology, and if we get at least one success, we will sway the mans at the bookstore. Well, that was easy. So, Samir is now, has one opposition and one support on him, which is great. And we got a little bit of information. Your neighbor, a fool who always competes with you, beats his own wife's face just to warn her not to talk to someone like you. A man who commits adultery with women using magician cards. As if I have a frickin' choice. So, do we claim that we are exactly who he described? Do we beat him up, which is what we chose last time? Do we ignore him? Or just women? Maybe we make him afraid that it's not just women. It's definitely not just women. I'm still in favor of beating him savagely. That's the thing, Trav. We don't even actually get to beat him. If we pick the beat him up option, he, like, throws himself through a window and beats himself up. It's funny. But it's not exactly useful. And it certainly won't stop him from beating his wife. So how do we deal with this man? We get to try, and then he does it all without even us breaking a nail. It's true. It's very true. We don't have to do anything but be like, boo! Ooh, Winter Fairy wants to go just women? Alright, Winter Fairy. Just women? Our Queen of the Vote has decided. You don't know me well enough, friend. Now we have a chance to deepen our understanding of each other. An event as you wish has appeared. Stone Carnality. Ooh, and a secret. Oh my. Well, The Sultan has returned to his loyal palace. Your recent activities have caught the interest of a beautiful noblewoman. She insists that you come to her house to discuss important matters. Vanity Vanity has appeared. Ugh, that woman. Ah! A playboy who spends his day at the House of Delights hears about your predicament from his lover and, wanting to alleviate his boredom, comes to find you. Ugh, this man's. Alright, we've got so many things. So many things. Alright, we scroll all the way in, we scroll all the way out, and hope that nothing overlaps. Alright, this is what we got going on for us. Let's just get a little organized. This is what we have. Introduction to Herbology is a point of survival that you need at least 3 wisdom to read, but our gal can absolutely take this because she doesn't matter if they're prereqs, she does not care. I would love to give him a little bit more survival. She already has 2 survival. Our wife has a point of survival as well, which is not bad. We could totally take that point of survival, but it's fine. Yeah, I think we'll just have our gal read the book. Alright. Read a book. Alright, who is here? Minal is here. Minal is a cartographer. This is where our introduction to Minal starts. We didn't actually help Minal survive her cartography exploration last time, so we lost her, which is a problem. Manal spent half her life recording every mountain range, valley, and oasis. She traveled to her paintbrush. She documented the migration of community and the trails of merchants. Eventually, she compiled all of her painstaking work into a meticulously drawn map. Some marveled at it, some questioned it. Unbeknownst to her, the ruler of this kingdom has also developed a unique interest in it. And Fadila is here. She's just a slave. So we do have a point of opposition that somebody needs to go to court for. Okay. Someone must welcome him. Suppose our wife could do so. She will manage the estate as always, as you wish. Here's the abusive man. Your neighbor, a fallen noble, the sounds of violent quarrels and a woman's helpless cries can often be heard from his home. Carnality cannot be delegated, and we can use this opportunity to discard a stone carnality card. We don't have currently a stone carnality card, but this will not expire. So when we get a stone carnality card, we can show our neighbor just what an idiot he is. So there's that. Who's at the bookstore? Adil, the High Constable. I mean, we are gonna go get a book, but we're not gonna sway him with Zephyr. That's for sure. Project Investment 2 is running out. I'm waiting for him to come back. Hope for exoneration you have to show up in person for. Audience with the Vizir we have to show up in person for soon. Dark Alley Informant just requires money. So we'll just do that. The dogs and the Himar brothers will go away. I think the mountain lion we have to do something about. We did an extravagance card here. And eventually got the mountain lion as a pet. Eventually. It was expensive though. We might just have to kill that thing, but I don't have the amount of people I need. Okay. Alright, that makes me happy. Okay. Well, here we are. Things are getting a little bit tight on the things we need to do, and this woman is a problem. I kind of wish I had a silver bloodshed card just to get rid of her, because that's what I used on her last time, and she's annoying. But it's fine. Alright, let's end the day. People are still willing to come to our house. Let's make some money. Oh, thank goodness. We made decent money today. Nice. We're a little obsessed with, you know, our conquest card, but it's fine. 1 point of fatigue on the Sultan, and we got an omen for showing up in court. Yay. To the bookstore, we got bureaucracy. This will not work. And it was not even a success, but here we are. Got a book, though. Alright. Nabani, the most gorgeous swordsman in the capital, and the most adept user of his other sword, Cup Nighttime Callings, knocks on your door. You don't know what he intends to do. Surely he didn't come just to mock himself? Unlike the rumored frivolity, he was courteous and graceful in his every move. Of course, these are all told to you by your wife afterwards. You can see she highly approves of the man, even needing her to tiptoe with her words to avoid giving you any bad impressions. But that's not important. The key point is that an excellent swordsman, Nabani expresses sympathy for your plight and is willing to lend a helping hand whenever you need it. Assuming he doesn't get bored. Our girl reads. She's very good at it. She's thoughtful. Alright. When you go once again, caressing the cold card at night, Maggie quietly lit a lamp and approached from behind, massaging your aching temple. Go to bed early, dear. She gently kissed your hand and helped you put the card down, then softly said, Perhaps we can consult the priests tomorrow. They might have a solution to expel the magic from this card. Maggie is a devotee of the Immaculate Purity. The city's largest temple venerates this ancient and powerful deity. But to get the god, to get such an existence, to notice this game, your heart was slightly moved. Perhaps he could truly help you, but you always feel this might bring unexpected trouble. All right, let's go together, my love. You are tired of being pushed around by such cruel game rules. You don't want to betray your conscience repeatedly for another 7 days. You grasped Maggie's soft hand and nodded, all right. You stood up, embracing your wife. If the priest can help you end this cruel game, it would be great. All right, we have to go to this. Whatever we do, we have to go. Freaking talk to the Vizir. Okay. Somebody has to go to court. Samir is in court, actually. So this cancels out. We could skip court. I mean, it would be better if we went. If somebody went. He can go. We just got him. I want him to do other things. We could send our wife, actually. I think we might do that. Of course, Inal takes care of the house. Betting funds is closer to being done. Raider's house is waiting for betting funds to finish. Vanity, Vanity, we have to go ourselves. We may have to wait on project investment. Unless we're willing to let Lumera go and help for the 4 days that it would take. Which I'm not saying no to. We could definitely do that. What if we did this? No, I don't want to do quite that much money. Just that would be fine. Let's see. It needs wisdom. So that's intuition, basically. So that should do it. Keep sponsoring her. Eventually something's got to pay off. Never have her do anything but work in her workshop. Well, the problem is that Mahir is expensive. That's the problem. We don't have an extravagance card for this, but it's fine. We'll do that. Okay. We have Nabani and Zephyr. And Nabani is actually pretty high stats. Our little playboy. Which means we can send these guys here.
What?
I would love to break a conquest card on this thing, but I have a conquest card that's too high for him. So we do need to kill the Fierce Lion. If left unchecked, problems happen. Like, I can't get out of this one. So, here we are. Hamar Brothers and Vicious Dogs will expire, but they'll come back. And everything else that would expire will just hang about. So, I think we're okay here. Jalila's in. Yeah, the lion is an expensive thing to maintain. I'm not saying that there aren't excellent benefits down the line. There are, but it's expensive, and this came up really fast. Like, killing the Fierce Lion came up early this run, so it's better for, like, mid-game, but we're just too early in this run. So, here we are. End the day. And hope we've done enough. Abdul sent a servant to summon you to his residence. His matter may not be important, but he does not like being ignored. You responded to his summons in time. Abdul is very pleased with your courtesy. Half a candle burns down in empty prattle. Then, he casually mentions that Murtaz did not appear in court at the court today. Abdul smiles, but there's a malicious glint in his eyes. Murtaz is the Sultan's most trusted courtier. You should talk to him. I hope to see him at the Sultan's Golden Palace tomorrow, and every day after that. Don't disappoint me. A lion banished by its pride approaches the human city during the dry season, desperate for food. Initially, it preyed on livestock, but later it attacked shepherds, killing them swiftly. Once a beast has tasted the sweet and fragile human flesh, it becomes unstoppable. Stop it now, or someday you will become its prey. So, we need 1 success out of 5. We got 2 successes. Let's go. Hunting a lion requires more than just bravado. You had better be well prepared with traps, bait, or stronger weapons. You'll need anything that can give you the slightest edge and pray for good luck. The lion prowls cautiously, irresistibly drawn to the bait stepping into your trap. Its paws and abdomen pierced by sharp wooden spikes, fur dyed crimson by blood. It roars in agony, yet your spear repeatedly forces it back. This is a battle of strength and patience, demanding everything you have. Exhausted, the lion collapses, knowing defeat. Drawing a deep breath, you confirm its death before dragging the carcass from the trap. Conquering a lion is the ultimate symbol of a warrior's glory. As you wearily traverse the streets with the bloody head, your name as a hero is etched in memory. We got renown, and both Nabani and Zephyr got a bit of combat for that. Not bad. Alright, time to make some money. Can our girl do it? Oh, she can! Let's go! Beautiful. We must go to court. The Sultan is weary. But our girl Maggie got insight information and intuition. Heck yeah. That was good for us. We love our wife. So that's what happens when you don't use the extravagance option on that frickin' lion. And now, a woman who claims to be a cartographer comes to visit you, hoping to meet you and gain your support. So the unknown Oasis event is happening. Your deed seems to have been rewarded. Note mysterious aid surrounding you. Ooh, we love that one. Ah, Day of Charity has appeared. In recent years, the poor climate has led to poor harvests, and many emaciated and starving vagrants have flocked to the capital. Someone suggested to you to host a public charity event, providing them with some food to fill their bellies, while also enhancing your own renown. Ooh boy. More things. The day to worship the Immaculate Purity again. It's the best time to visit the priests. And our wife wishes to speak with us. Goodness, so many things going on today. Alright. What does bureaucracy give us? Sociability! Oh, yes! Our wife needs that book so bad. So guess who's getting that book? We have yet to read this one. Alright. Who's at court? Amur is at court, so there is no opposition in the court. We could decide not to send anyone, and it will probably be fine. We won't get the extra intelligence of going to court, but we also will not get any slander, because Amur does not care that we exist. That's great. This resolves tomorrow, as does this. So the Raiders' hideout is tomorrow's problem. Mysterious assistance gives us options. Now, okay, I was like, it can do something? What? Nope. What is, can it do something? No. What about you? Ha! Okay then. If we give you this? No, nothing. Interesting. Can do nothing. Interesting. However, we could go, I want a gold of something. I'm kind of wanting a gold secret. Because that thing... Hold on. Gold tier intelligence. Like, yes. I don't have enough, like, extra people lying around. But... I could send Zephyr, and it will improve his attributes, actually. That might actually be the best use, because he needs better attributes. He's got a little bit of combat under his skin now, but he needs better attributes, so maybe this would be the best. Actually, I'm gonna do that. He gets help. Our gal. Absent courtier. We could send a follower from Mertez. We can also comfort him with 3 gold. Can afford that. That would be fine. Manal needs people to go. You have no freaking survival at all, which is stupid. So stupid. Alright, before we go any further, let's find out what our wife needs. My love. My dear darling wife. The best woman in the world. Mysterious assistance gets rid of wife's resentment. It duplicates items. It improves follower stats. Coins duplicate. Something to do with Lady Becky. Conviction is improved. Yes. And that's why I sent Zephyr, because I was like, what do I have right now that would be great? And as much as I would love a gold intelligence card out of a stone card, I think we just need Zephyr to not be quite so shit. You know? Considering your needs, your wife takes out a dowry. Maggie comes to you with her close maids who carry a beautiful and heavy wooden box, and you recognize it as Maggie's dowry chest. She opens the box and grabs a few velvet pouches filled with heavy gold coins. I wish I could help you more, my love. Take these. At least don't worry about gold coins today. Maggie can use these shiny little things to get beautiful silk, luxurious jewelry, or exquisitely decorated sitting room, but she chooses to give them to you. Don't refuse or I'll be angry. But don't do anything to make me sad or I'll be angry too. Maggie says this with a smile, but her eyes aren't smiling. Our wife, this is why she's a goddess. We love her. Now you understand why. Just for that, we're buying this. This is what our wife allows us to do, is grab this. So that she has something to protect herself with. Our beautiful, perfect wife. We love her so. Okay, we need to have people ready for the raiders. Open for that. He doesn't have any survival, is the problem. Like, no survival. They will not survive this trip. I think we can let Explore the Unknown Oasis count out and it will be fine. Sewer Crocodile, we could definitely send him for that one. Again, no survival, which is the problem. He is not very good. He does not even have enough wisdom for me to give him survival. Infamy or influence? We don't have 5 in either. I guess we'll go to court. Our wife will go to the bathhouse because she's amazing and we love her. Actually, would he be better? That's 8 and that's 10. Actually, he would be better. Never mind. He is going to the bathhouse. What is our wife going to be doing? I guess she's going to the bookstore to do some influencing and get a book. Yeah. There we go. That's where we're at right now. We do need to seek help from the church, but this doesn't exactly expire. So I'm not gonna worry about it for a second. I got other shit going on. Yes. Well, Manal will not give up easily. Even if she fails, she will set out again when she's ready. This first level of Explore the Unknown Oasis, I think, is fine. It's the second level where you can actually lose Manal that is not fine. Let's just see how the next couple of turns rolls up and go from there. Alright. Jeez Louise. Caravan leaders made all kind of grand promises, and finally you were convinced. The distant northern coast is a golden land of commerce. You plan to invest some money, and if you have enough people, you intend to send a trusted friend along. All that is left is to wait for them to return with endless gold and treasures. You've invested a substantial amount of money, and the caravan quickly formed. They chose an auspicious day to depart, with over 1,000 camels carrying goods worth a fortune. They will travel north along the desert and valley edges, crossing vast straits. Will they return safely? How many treasures will they bring back? 5 successes will yield the highest of returns. Out of 15 die, we're likely to get 5. And in fact, we got 8. No rerolls required. Maximum benefit, luxurious return. After a long journey, the caravan successfully reached its destination, almost without having to say a word. The various spices, ivory, and ceramics they brought from the east were snapped up, traded for slaves, coral, silk, and gold. Your investment brought you unparalleled returns. When the merchants delivered your share, your eyes were filled with genuine joy. And we got introduction to herbology again. Nice. Alright, to the bathhouse we go. Let us see what information Navani can get for us. A silver omen card. Ooh. Recently, several wells in the royal city have suddenly turned bitter, prompting many complaints. The Sultan asks for your opinion. Do we dig new wells, supply water from outside the city, endure it, or investigate the non-bitter water wells? What do we do, chat? I would love to hear you guys' opinion. Oh yes, investigating was good last time. If you want to change, you could dig new wells, because the old ones are obviously bad. I mean, I could definitely do that, yes. Alright, let's see what dig new wells does. These wells were left by the previous king, and over the years they have gotten deeper and deeper. It would be better to survey new locations and dig fresh wells. You specifically mentioned that a beautifully decorated well is needed in front of the Sultan's palace, and fetching water from it should require a fee to the royal treasury. The Sultan is very pleased with your suggestion, because it makes him more money. Alright. In the confine of the dark alley, you tracked down the person mentioned by the prisoner and explained your intention to him. He thinks for a moment before eventually comprehending. Aha, so that's the case. You require the evidence for Jawwood's case, right? But it's not free, and no credit. You have to pay up front. He named a price. 5 gold coins. No more, no less. Although it was frustrating, you still helped by paying this money in advance. When you meet again, he hands you a wrapped scroll. Take it to that poor fool. Strange ink even stains his fingers. Looking forward to our next cooperation. You don't want to have anything more to do with these people. Alright, people are still coming to a house. We make some amount of money. Oof. We go to court. The Sultan is fatigued, but we get an opportunity and some inside information just for showing up. To the bookstore to buy damn books. We got the guide to palace etiquette. Nice. We need 2 successes to sway nobles. Well, 1 success really, because our wife is noble and he is now swayed with some support. Very good. And we got some tactics, too. Excellent. At the end of a weary day, as you're passing through the shadows cast by the Sultan's palace walls, ready to return home, A woman in white stands in your way. Her pale hands and silver hair seem to glow brighter in the darkness, piercing your eyes. Do you need help? She asks with a sense of approval. This is what you deserve. Whether she's merely a mortal hiding her identity or a messenger of divine power, what harm is there in making a request? You hope Zephyr can be more helpful. The next day, Zephyr came to your house telling you he had a strange dream. The details are unclear, but it was a pleasant, auspicious dream, and it was about you. He gained some combat and some extra stealth. Fantastic. I was hoping for some wisdom for that man's, but apparently not. The Injured White Rhino event has appeared, which we know can gain us a follower. Our wife wants to speak with us again. House occupied by vagrants is also something. Jalila is offering us a private session as well. Nabani is at court, and he is support, so we can skip court today. We don't get Nabani today, but we can skip court. Perfect. Here you are, Jawad. Come and get us, I guess. We have a lot of money now. Holy crap. Holy crap. Let's see what our wife wants first. I do need to do a conquesty thing. At nightfall, you are sitting by the window worrying about the Sultan card. A pair of warm and soft hands rest on your shoulders. What a cruel fate. What a terrifying thing. Why should it be borne by you? Maggie says softly while gently massaging your shoulders. There are so many scoundrels in the Empire, so many impatient to harm others, but why must he force you into this game? You cover her hands with yours, turning to meet her gaze. Her beautiful eyes are full of worry and love. You kiss by the window, alleviating the worries about the future. At least at this moment, you have a partner who loves truly, something even the Sultan has never had, such enormous happiness. Aw, our wife. Our wife, you guys. She truly is the greatest, bestest person ever. This is why I'm always like, my wife. Fuck. Okay. So, we have Aziz back. Thank the gods. We can finally do this conquest thing. We're just gonna kick butt and chew bubblegum. We don't actually really need this tactics. We'll do it anyway. So we are justifying our intervention on this with a conquest card. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. The house occupied by vagrants is where we got Raid last time, and she actually is pretty decently statted, I'm gonna be honest. But we need, like, a bronze conquest card for this, or an extravagance card, depending. Day of Charity, I think, is just a money thing, which... Oh, no. Money. Stone, bloodshed, or carnality, but no. Good deeds can strengthen faith. We don't have any faith yet. Our wife is open. She could go to Iman for help, or we could go ourselves. She could go to the bathhouse or the bookstore, who's Adil is here, but we've kind of canceled out his opposition. So we could influence him further if we wanted to. Hi, Plague! Welcome in. I hope you are doing well today. I hope that your ankle is feeling better. I made money. I made money. Jeez Louise. What would be the best for our wife to do? Oh, wait, we've got books. It may be the best thing for her to actually read either of these sociability books, honestly. Palace etiquette. Our wife is learning. Because she needs the sociability. She has one. She needs more than that, honestly. Like, she just does. So as much as there are other places I could have sent her, I think that's the best use of our time. Hey, Dragon, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. I've played so much Sultan's game, my head has started to hurt. Aww. Plague, how are your runs going? Because it's hard, right? Like, there's a reason why I was like, I need my chat to help me with this game. I need another person's brain here, because I don't know what the frick I'm doing. Hopefully this man's is not in court tomorrow. That would be great. Alright, this is what we got going on. I'm tempted to buy out everything but the dagger, honestly. And not worry about equipping it until the next round. Haven't had a winning run yet. I've had 2 runs and both end near the end because of gold cards. Yeah, those gold cards are no joke, Plague. There's a couple of ways that you can deal with them. One of which is that you can, through chasing the Righteous Path event stuff, you can just delete a card once. And if you spend one of the gold tiers on it, like gold bloodshed, that's probably your best use of it. You also can build up your stats to go kill, like, the Sultan or one of his gold leveled, like the Vizir or one of his consorts in the palace. You can the palace is essentially the only, going to court is essentially the only place where you're going to run into gold level cards, the Sultan being one of them. But yeah, if you get an early gold card, it's just ridiculous. So, weirdly though, an early gold extravagance card in Methinks allows you to turn your house gold for 20 gold. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Scrake, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk. I hope you are doing well. I have my next Baldur's Gate 3 run idea ready. All bards. Ah, yes, the All Bard party. Gold extravagance is the easiest one to handle. I feel like gold bloodshed is the hardest to deal with. Because again, you can only deal with it by going to the palace, essentially. And possibly trying to kill the Sultan. Yikes. Gold conquest is just stupidly difficult. Gold carnality, stupidly difficult. Like, meh. The hardest card in the game is definitely Gold Conquest. Yeah, meh. I mean, you put it into Methinks and then you get a stupidly difficult conquest to deal with. It's just not fun. But I have sold 46 gold coins and I'm thinking of buying the longbow, the ram earrings, and the thieves cloak. Which will cost me 35 gold out of the 46 that I have. Should I spend all this money? Or some of it? Or none of it? What do you guys think? I'm begging for opinions here. Please, I need somebody else to help me process information. Gold carnality is easy once you upgrade Maggie. Yeah, once you upgrade Maggie. The Advisor is a gold card and pretty easy to wipe out. Conquest is tough, and if you don't have an army, you basically will always die. And I have not even figured out how to make an army in this freaking game. Remember when I made Nawful into my rival, and I just needed an army to kill that man's, and I could not, for the life of me, get an army to kill that man's with? Yeah. So I have a lot of, I have a lot of anger issues on how utterly impossible it is to figure out how to get an army. Like, there's no hint. There's no tutorial. There's no event that I ran across in my first run. And honestly, your first run, especially the first time you load up this game, you're always, like, that's always going to be your hardest run. Because A, you have no upgrades from fate points. None whatsoever. You are just trying to grab as many fate points left, right, and center as you can. And you can get pretty far into the game. You can even get a good ending in the game on that run. I know I did. But, like, it's rough. And then as soon as you start getting upgrades and having more people and more higher stats at the beginning of the game, where things can be very tough, especially if you get, like, a gold card right off the bat that you just can't deal with, you start having a lot more fun in this game. So there's definitely a difficulty curve right off the bat. But this game is so rich and deep and lovely that I just, My lady, do you wish me to smite thee? Mr. Scrake, I don't want to be smoted, so much as I would like you to, Darkest Dungeon, smite all the things that I dislike, with my character, the Plague Doctor. Yes, please. I think you can either go and get a bunch of support with soldiers or just help a bunch of bandits to the point where they will go to war for you. Yeah, I just never found the ability to get army Plague in that run, and it was really frustrating. Whoever pissed you? Oh, yeah. Essentially, just not being able to find the army option in Sultan's game has made me frustrated. I wouldn't say mad. I'm not mad. I'm just like, I don't know how to do this yet. I need to understand. Oath of Devotion or or Crown? Well, I mean, it depends, Mr. Scrake. Are you utterly devoted to my happiness? Or would you like to crown me queen? Take your pick. I'm buying all the things. Not the stone equipment. Worthless trash. I mean, in a pinch, if you needed it, it's fine, because it cost you 2 gold coins, but, like, worthless trash. You're never going to want to use it once you get better stuff. So, we're just gonna buy the lot. It's gonna be great. Then I can start handing it out next turn. Thank you, come again. Now we have to wait for the equipment merchant to, like, re-roll. Because I'm not gonna pull people out and put them back in. So, it's fine. Alright, this is, I think, where we at. This is where we at. End the day. I mean, I am queen of the vote most of the time, all the time, especially when people use channel points to do it, so. Apparently I am a queen on occasion. Do I want to be queen? No. Do I want to deal with the whining and the paperwork of being queen? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But here we are. Queen of the stream. Well, my stream anyway. It's not everybody's stream. Clearly. And not popular enough for that shit. Raiders Hideout. Following Fatuna's directions, you come to a noble winery. A winery that looks very peaceful. Is this the attacker's lair? Perhaps. You look at Fatuna. This is clearly a property dispute between nobles, but in the Sultan's game, you can do whatever you want. So we attack. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be ridiculous because I have 25 die and I need at least 3 successes. I don't know. Is 9 enough, or do we need to reroll here, guys? 9 out of 3. Do we need to reroll? Are we concerned we won't make it? I don't know. May looks at me ready to throw paperwork into her faithful paladin. Me, an intellectual, masochist. Look, they say that that's what advisors and, like, counselors are for, is to do the paperwork for you, but let's be honest. They slip shit into that paperwork for themselves every freaking time. You can't trust an advisory council or of any sort to do your paperwork for you. You have to do it yourself, because otherwise they're gonna take all your money and run with it and leave you as a puppet ruler on a throne made of lies and bullshit, and that is just not okay. Whereas if I do my own paperwork, then at the very least I know that the mistakes are mine, and also that nobody else can fuck with it, or at least not without me figuring it out anyway, because I'm a pretty smart cookie. But then I have to deal with all the people bringing me the paperwork whining about everything. The whining and the paperwork, that's the reason why you never want to be the person in charge. Just saying. But anyway, yeah, we attack the estate, and the guards here clearly lack proper training, because it's an easy fight. I'm not even rocking a weapon yet, and I just, like, pugilist beat them all up. It's fine. Petuna stands beside the corpse of guards as if she was enduring something, but also like she has let go of something. Eventually, she just shakes her head and smiles faintly. "Thank you," she says, and hands you a large sum of money, as promised. Petuna is grateful for your help. You now have her support, and that is very good. And we got some charisma. Nice. I got my riz on with this woman. The Sultan's game is not all bad. The next day, you recount your deeds to the Sultan and ask to break a card. The nobles breathe quiet sighs of relief. Thankfully, it is not their lands that have been chosen, not their fortunes bound to your game. We got a silver vacant mansion, and a conquest card is broken. 2 influence as well. That was good. Notice how he raises the crown over his head, and then the crown becomes the collar that chokes him. This is the price of wearing a crown, you guys. Like, that whole card's aesthetic, both sides of it, 100% why I never want to be a ruler. 100% why. Do not put me in charge. I'd be really good at it, and I would hate it for all of it. I would hate all of it. Just no. Not gonna lie, the biggest comedy for me would be a relationship between 2 characters that worship opposite deities, like Shar and Saluna. I mean, who's to say they didn't get kissy-kissy at one point? I'm just saying. Ah, the day of charity. Someone suggests you initiate a public relief effort to provide food for the starving victims, not only fulfilling their stomachs, but also enhancing your renown. The displaced people, those who can't get enough to eat, line up at your porridge tent, gratefully chanting your name with appreciations. In that time, everyone knows of your fame. People are coming to our house for the money making, and our Inara does the job. Inal. Sorry. I got her name wrong. The court intrigues, the palace intrigues, the fatigue is happening. But we did not show up in court. We got inside information because Nabani is one of our followers now, and he was in court to speak on our behalf, but we didn't get extra intelligence because we did not go to court. We did not. In the prison. You gave the perjury of integrity to Jawad. "Now I'm innocent!" exclaims the prisoner, patting your shoulder and showering you with words of gratitude, but never once mentioning money. He loudly demands the guard's attention and leaves with the cold-faced guard, never to return. When you inquire about him later, you learn that he has been cleared of his charges and is allowed to go home. Look at how pathetic he is as a stone card in jail. We know from experience that he turns out to be a bronze card follower eventually, but he does try to get us killed first. Bring it on. You did not accept Jalila's invitation. Maybe next time. Improve yourself, my wife, my love, my everything. She now has a sociability of 3, which will be very helpful to her in all the things that she needs to do in her life. We could give her a 5 by making her read the other sociability book as well, which would not be bad for her. Alright, we got shit going on, but we have to draw a new card now. Oh, I can't check her stats. Bronze Extravagance. Well, that's easy. We can totally do this one. We have managed to survive 3 out of 28 cards and survived 16 days in total. So, here we are. You jerk has he's fluxed off, you guys. You require charisma 5 or higher, or a bottle of wine. If I knew where to buy a bottle of wine so I didn't have to throw a person at him, I would totally do it. I was hoping to use him, but he is kind of a bitch. So here we are. We have an As You Wish, which is a stone carnality card, not a stone extravagance card. Stone extravagance is super easy. Howsoever. Absent courtier. We can do... It might be best to send our wife, honestly. She's kind of like the best thing ever. Managing the estate. Go. Zephyr has actually gotten to be pretty decent for some things. He has no survivability. That's where Aziz comes into play. We do need to deal with this bitch. She's ticking over. She comes back next round. Yes, methinks is a helper. I can throw extravagance in there and find out what that will do. I'm just trying to like figure out where I'm going. Zaki is in court. So there's no it's a net 0. If we don't go to court, nothing happens. We could definitely go to court and get more intelligence. It's just a matter of where we want to go specifically. We could also break this extravagance card here. If we wanted to. I mean, this breaks a card no higher than bronze tier. So if we want to hold out on this for bronze tier, conquest or extravagance, we could do that. But we can also break this this stone extravagance here. Who's at the bookstore? Emir. It would be nice to throw some support on this old judge, but it won't be because of this man's. No. Okay. We have to show up personally for this and her. All right, let's see what this will bring us. Minor renovation. 3 coins and an extravagance card. It'll spruce up our home to improve our governance income. I agree, Trav. That's why I was like, I see that I can use an extravagance here. I don't necessarily want to. PP! I heart you. I know that you're just lurking and refreshing and stuff, but I heart you. And also, wonderful. So, yeah. Gosh, I wish I could type. That would be great. Just gonna shout out some people because they're streaming right now. And I know that Psycho Phoenix will continue streaming after I finish for the day. I don't know how long Dragon intends to stream, but both of them are my dear, dear friends. I support them and their streams when I can. And if you could give them a follow and, you know, maybe check them out on your own time, I would be grateful because they're both great people and they're great streamers. They both do a lot more horror than me. They both play Dead by Daylight. Dragon tends to do a lot of different kind of horror games where you can see him freak out and get the spoops. But he's just as likely to join me in like Sunhaven as well. Psycho Phoenix, aka PP, does a wide variety of games every stream. And she's currently streaming Cult of the Lamb, which is fun times. But she has, like, you know, she streams a game for a couple of hours and then switches. She streams so long. Like, I don't know how she does it. But they're both British and funny and amazing people. So check them out if you haven't already. They're dear to me. Also, I stole Emperor stuff. Really good item for wizards. Heck yeah. Let's go. Alright, well, I can afford this. We'll just get it done. Bam. That way, hopefully I will get something more useful. We need to send somebody on this. Guess who gets to go? Because he has all the survival and the physique. So no, I can give better than that. We need survival. Omen card it is. This should help. So he's gone for 3 days. Sad, but true. Do we have any books that you could use? We could give our wife the other sociability book, or we could save it for Luminera. She's got 2 sociability, so she's actually okay. She actually needs more charisma and wisdom than anything. So actually we don't need to, well, actually all of her sociability comes from this. So maybe we give it to her instead. Yeah, I think we do that. So we do have enough means to send somebody to court. Okay. I think I'm gonna send my wife, because he just doesn't like me that much, but my wife is perfect. Zephyr is gonna go to the bookstore and buy a book. He's not gonna be able to, influence Immer, but he's definitely gonna buy us a book. There. We've done all the things, and the equipment merchant has not refreshed yet, so we can't spend any of this coin on anything, and he's just gonna tick over and be useless, so whatever. We have a couple of things that we need to, like, keep an eye on for timing out purposes, but we are okay. We are okay. Alright, here we go. If enemy fails save throw on me, they themselves need to make intelligence save throw to not get stunned. Nice. That's a good combination. I adore that. Mahir is again inspired. She touts a new elixir that can grant the body limitless vigor and unleash the deep-seated powers of the soul. It would be a groundbreaking achievement if it can actually be made, but chances sound slim. I don't know. 5 successes out of 16 die? Can we do it? We can. We can. Mahir's vision persuades you. You give her a significant sponsorship, abundant vigor, eternal life. You long for it. You yearn for it, anxiously awaiting for the day Mahir completes her work. The research progresses smoothly with people's joint effort. Mahir brings you 3 vials of impossibly clear liquid, indistinguishable from water, yet tests reveal a vitality pulsing within. She tells you how these tinctures have saved the dying, halted a plague, reversed the decree of death itself, but they must never meet open flame. The concentrated essence distilled to its purest form would unleash all of its energy in an instant. No mortal could withstand the blast. On days of divine worship, flowing waters wash temples' smooth stones over the bare feet and prostrate hands of devotees. Priests of the purest order stand deep within the temple, amid pure white pillars under the blue sky and a bright sun. Skin dusted in gold powder glows softly. Iman, the head priest of the purest order, was surprisingly aloof, even described as cold. He takes the Sultan card you bring, closing his eyes for a lengthy silence, finally shaking his head. I can't destroy it. Returning the card to you, he washes his fingers with the water from the columns, as if they've touched something so dirty. If you need blessings or confession, I can help. His tone feels detached, businesslike, but his eyes steady, leaving you unsure whether his refusal stems from a lack of bribery or genuine inability. You gain some insight and some pure thoughts. Thank you, wife. You're the bestest. People come to make us money. Money, money making. Ah, not as much money as I was hoping for, but still some money. It's okay. We must go to the palace, get our information. And more information. Yes. But something noteworthy has happened. Someone pounds on your door, staring at you with hollow eyes. A demon nests in your heart. It gnaws at you, bends you, and in the end devours your soul, turning you into a puppet of its will. Only I can save you. Only I can save you. His eyes twitch wildly. Let me split your chest open. Let me rip it out for you. Well, then please. Go away. You've picked the wrong mark, or you will pay for your nonsense. I remember this event. Do we dare follow what we did last time? Or do we change our answer? We say yes? Oh, he said yes. What do you guys think? Do we say yes? Trav wants to say yes. I'm wondering what the rest of chat wants. Why would we ever turn down the opportunity for someone to tear our chest open? We also know he'll try to steal from us afterwards. I mean, it's true. But is it truly a scam, or does he just like to make sure he gets paid? Then please. Let me open your chest, event. No wonder headaches plague you. Your chest tightens and your focus slips. It all makes sense now. You rush the man inside, demanding a cure for these woes, but he just rolls his stiffed eyes and drones. Let me crack open your chest. We go to the bookstore and get more books. We only have one dice to roll. And we fail. But we were not exactly expecting to win there. He thought it would be full of a lot of fun, and turns out, no. So he's gonna fuck off. You made some minor renovations to your place. It does not take long. We now have a vacant room. A little rearrangement, shall we say. A slightly renovated residence and a vacant room. Fantastic. 2 days later, you heard that a nobleman who was arrested for embezzlement was exonerated. His name was Jawad, and he was known far and wide for his greed and stinginess. You began to worry whether the promised money would actually arrive. A young nobleman has come to your door. Does he want something from you? New card, who dis? Silver extravagance. Okay. Not what I was hoping for, but okay. Progress. This is we're getting lots of extravagance. We could trade this one and get hopefully carnality or conquest. We're more weighted towards getting bloodshed though. Yikes. Though if we get a silver bloodshed, I might just kill that bitch in vanity, because I don't like her. She's such a pain. This guy. We need to be a little more careful with him this time. Yeah, we need to be more careful with Zeki. We biffed it last time. Do not tell him the truth. He cannot handle the truth. Yikes. He was such a great follower, too. Okay. So we have Silver Extravagance, which is not the end of the world. Do we very quickly resolve Silver Extravagance and hope for another card, or do we trade Silver Extravagance, delaying our dealing with it until later in the hopes for something else? Chat, what do we think? We just upgraded our place. We could probably stand to do it again. What do we think? If we can upgrade our palace again, do so. We only did stone. Yeah. I mean, that's what we had available at the time, basically. All right, we'll try to deal with this card quickly. Oh my god, we've got so many things going on. We have a slightly renovated residence. It produces 1 extra gold coin every 3 rounds. Okay. We have to show up to her in person. We don't necessarily have to show up to him in person. We could send our wife. We have to have someone take him in. Doesn't necessarily have to be us. We have to show up in person. This will roll up again, because it did last time. Who's at court? Ferris is at court. He's one of the honor guard, one of the 4 honor guards. We definitely need to send someone to court. It doesn't have to be us. Could be our wife. But it has to be somebody. You don't have the charisma to go fetch him back. But we do have some books that you could definitely read, like survival, although it might be worthy to send him to get the survival. I don't know. Jeez Louise. Who's the bookstore? Amon is at the bookstore. We definitely want to at least cancel out his opposition. It's so easy to piss him off. I have 1 more turn before Vanity Vanity is a problem. We could just ignore her, but she becomes a problem. Like, right now, she won support. We need a Carnality or a Bloodshed card to deal with her. We have to go in person. I don't think... Nope, we are required to have a card to deal with her. It's a problem. This does not require us to go in person. We could just do this. In fact, that's probably our best bet for that guy. We know his quest line will cause us to deal with him. Somebody just needs to show up to talk to him. But I don't have to do it today. We have to show up in person to this one, but somebody has to go to court. She might be able to sway him. I don't know, but she can get a book here as well. We'll see. Don't really have anywhere to send him. So he gets to read a book. But he doesn't have the wisdom to read this book. And I don't want him to have this one. This would give him a lot more survival. This starts an adventure. This is for our gal. This requires more wisdom than he has. So I could give him survival, actually. But is this the best use of this? I don't know. This is the story of a courtier who, in order to break an extravagance card, unnecessarily rearranged the layout of his home. Was it unnecessary? I don't know about that. Wait a minute. I can use this on him? Oh, so I can tempt him with a Sultan card. He is a silver level card. I can just tempt him with silver level extravagance. Okay, I'll do that. Problem solved. Fuck. I didn't realize that that's what was necessary. That's hilarious. Okay. Well, he doesn't really have, Oh, that's right. I have all this equipment. I forgot it about that. This is now yours. That's an attire? Cool. I'm not gonna put the longbow on you, but... No. That would be silly to put that on you. Okay. So what if I did this, and this, and... No. That's actually what I want. Secret. For charisma and sociability. It's only 3 die, so we're not going to get a huge amount of information, but he's going to get cleaner and get information. It'll be fine. Cool. That made him much more useful. Okay, this is a problem. Hopefully this, extravagance card being figured out there will give us something that will be useful for Vanity, because she's a problem if we ignore her too long. And we're almost to the point of ignoring her too long. If this doesn't resolve this, extravagance card, then I'm gonna have to trade it and hope. You are sent to the house of Murtaz. When you arrive, you see a priest stepping out of his doorway. Murtaz himself looks exhausted, hollowed out. In the silence, you catch the scent of musk, camphor, and borneol. A funeral without question. You remember now. His wife and father both perished in the Sultan's game. You choose to comfort him. Murtaz tells you that his mother had been ill for a long time, crushed by the weight of sorrow. Last night, she breathed her last. A family was shattered, all for a game. Murtaz complains bitterly, cursing the Sultan with the harshest of words. But when you tentatively bring up the possibility of rebellion, he jumps up and turns his fury and profanities on you, as if not doing so would prove his own impotence. Your sympathy and pity turn to dust. Finally, you lose patience and cut him off. Don't think I don't know. You yourself sent your wife and father to the palace, to the Sultan and his cards. You harshly inform him the Sultan wants to see him tomorrow before leaving, not giving him a second glance. Will Murtaz attend court? He will. You have no doubt. And now he hates you. Afterwards, Vizir Abdul is quite satisfied. He believes the Sultan will finally notice the deep-seated resentment that Murtaz has been harboring at court. You, however, find it all ridiculous. The kingdom's vizier has been reduced to nothing more than a court gesture. But him being a court jester is what keeps him alive most of the time. Not gonna lie. The baths. Do we get anything useful? Oof. Gonna re-roll that for any single success. I'll take it. I'll take the stone secret. We got a secret. We used a secret and we got it back. That is for the best. The estate. Let us make some money. Oh, we make good money today. Thank you in all. You're amazing. Ooh. And an event. A poor man complains that he invested all his savings to help his brother start a business, which has since prospered. However, his brother now refuses to share any of the profits. While his brother has grown wealthy, he struggles to even provide for his daughter. The brother, now a successful merchant, angrily insists that the borrowed money was repaid in full years ago. Do we blame the merchant? Do we blame the poor man? Do we say, I can support you, and therefore you will be able to support your daughter? Or do we say, I can support your daughter? What do we do, chat? I believe last time we said, I can support your daughter, and left him to his own follies. But we can make a different choice this time. Anybody want to weigh in on that? Last time we offered to support his daughter and he freaked out. Let's not do that. How about offering to support both? I mean, I can tell him I can support you, and that kind of does do the support of both, but I don't know if that is going to be as helpful as we would hope, or whether he's just going to take our money and fritter it away anyway. Option 3? Alright. I can support you, Mamans. You don't want to judge their deeds, but with some spare coins in hand, you offer the poor man a smile. Event, how much money do you need, has appeared. Okay. Well. The palace is the palace. The Sultan wearies. We got information. Clearly, in Nabani's imagination, the Sultan's game should be full of skirmish, sex, and scandals. His sword should be clanging steels, but the only clanging that echoed was the clanging of accounted gold coins, counting days after days after days. This obviously couldn't satisfy his restless heart. Soon enough, he returned to his former life of debauchery. Perhaps once he's bored, he will come back to check to see if you're still alive every now and then. Time to go, Majdi. You show him an extravagance card and Nabini happily comes back to you. He winks at you. I didn't get to read the rest of that. Thanks, game. Nabini eagerly pulls you through the noble's residence to a bustling market. It's filled with the weeping, groaning, and crying of slaves alongside the whipping and cursing of slavers. He brings you to sit in front of the sellers, young and tender bodies parading before you. Today we'll save an unfortunate lady, he winks at you. It's one of my favorite pastimes. He explains that he'll buy a slave and give her free status to save her from the brutal masters or brothel owners. In the tears and gratitude of words, perhaps other ways of thanks, from a rescued girl, Nabini finds immense satisfaction. Such a playboy. Several exotic slave women stand tethered behind the slaver. Nabini's gaze sweeps across their faces, then settles on you. Which one catches your eye? Their prices align today. We free one of them. The seller insists he'll spare me only one, lest his trade suffers. Yes, you show him an extravagance card, and Nabini happily comes back to you. He winks at you. Great time to spruce up our activity varieties a little. Alright, the bookstore. We're buying books. Jesus, I'm getting all the silver books, like, in the beginning. What the frick? Let's see if we can't do some influence. Ooh. Will that help? We got an opportunity. I don't think it actually helped with making him more supportive of us, but opportunity is good. Okay, so we have 7 influence, 4 renown, other things going on. The Hamar brothers are back. Equipment merchant has refreshed. Exhibition of the flesh is a thing we must do. How much money do you need is a thing that we have. Alright, let's see if we can't get this to not be crazy. A card that I never figured out how to use. Ooh, the chariot necklace. Physique and survival. Ooh. Generals wear such heavy necklaces to war. If they do not return, their chariots will be buried with them. There's also a longsword and some charismatic leather boots. Ooh. Very good, very good. Well, we know who goes here. Indeed. Who's at court? Amur is at court, so we have no opposition today. We could skip court if we felt like it. Especially since we have people tied up in places. What does this require? Does it require, if necessary, arrange a debt collector? Perhaps out of mercy, perhaps not. Regardless, you have some money to spare. You could lend it to the poor man unable to support his children. It's just 3 coins. But we could arrange to have somebody go. Just in case. We still have this silver extravagance, but we're sending it here. You can use this opportunity to break an extravagance card of no higher than the slaver tier. So we can purchase a barbarian slave, a fragile slave girl, or a talented slave girl. Wisdom and magic, charisma and sociability, or physique, combat, and survival. Is essentially what's on offer here. 6 golds for an extravagance card. You can buy only 1, of course. You might choose not to place any gold coins, refusing the transaction. Of no higher than the slave tier. So we can't actually do a silver extravagance card here. And this woman is a problem, and I can't use this card on her. I can ignore her. She will make problems for us. I can't actually do anything with this. I'm mad. Are those slaves one-off pets? No, I actually think you get a follower out of it. Like, I can buy any and all. I can buy 1, I guess. I can buy only 1. But you get a follower out of it, I think. I want to buy the barbarian. I mean, this one is charisma and sociability. This one is wisdom and magic. I don't have any particular need for either of them. So the barbarian, stat-wise, is actually what I am looking for, generally speaking, because I have so much of the physique, combat, survival stuff that I need to get done. So honestly, she's like the best idea. But I cannot actually break this extravagance card on this event, which is a problem. So that finishes that event. This we have to show up for in person. This we have to show up for in person, but we need the right card for it. I could trade the extravagance card still and see if I pull up just the right card I need to deal with Vanity. Or I could just let her... Or I could just ignore her and put up with the bullshit that she will bring me later down the line. He can handle this. He's got physique, combat, and a fuck ton of stealth. He'll be fine. And wisdom and magic. Kind of want that on her. Since the other two do have extensive pages. She's probably also good, just not listed. Talented one is also useful. No information on the fragile one. I mean, they're all useful. It's just a matter of where you are in the game that would make them the most useful, I guess. Oh, we still have the Mirror of Stars as well. Hold on. This Vacant Mansion actually also might be able to do this Extravagance card. We could do that. So what if we throw this in here? Okay. So we could put the Vacant Mansion in here. We could also just put the Vacant Room in here. Pretty sure that it will say the same thing. In putting it in managing the estate as a rental or keep it for unexpected usage in the future. So we could do this. Bloop. And bloop. And leave the more expensive Vacant Mansion for other things. But we could have that Vacant Room for reasons. So we'll do that. If I'm right, Barbie Girl's the route to get troops. Barbarian Girl's the route to get troops. I mean, that would be fantastic. Okay. Perhaps this counts as an act of extravagance enough to break a Sultan's card, but it's only bronze. So, again, this is too high. Very annoying. A route. Some events first, but it certainly seems that way. The wiki is not complete, as you may have realized. Yes, I am aware that the wiki is not complete because this game has only been fully out for like roughly a month or so. A little over, I think. I don't like her. I do not like her. Oh, hey, it's Jawad. What brings you to the bookstore, you jerk? I have so many silver level freaking books. It's ridiculous. Give me something lower, bookstore. Jeez Louise. Okay. I'm gonna gamble, guys. I'm gonna gamble. She's not high enough level for this. I'm fucked. I could attempt to have a go with the Sultan. I'm fucked. But, like, it needed to be less than this. I mean, it will get updated as people play the game and start writing into the wiki. I am not one of the people who updates the wiki, obviously. I have one other way of dealing with this, and that is to draw another Sultan card and hope that it is silver or less of carnality or bloodshed. Like, I do not recommend this route, but I could. This, like, literally the only other option I have is to draw a second Sultan card from my hand. Here we go. Please give me something I can use. Summer Beach. Okay. I mean, this becomes a lot easier. So I can do that. Give me something I can use. Finally! Finally! I hate this woman. Die. Die. She's such a problem. She's nothing but problems. She's dead. We will have to figure out how to deal with this freaking gold carnality card now, but, here we are. Here we are. We will have to do Let Me Open Your Chest next turn. And Boy's Request, we could send our wife. We could send her to the bathhouse, or we could send our wife. And I think I'm going to send my wife. My wife. My beautiful, perfect princess. Zaki, Fatuna's only son, comes bearing thanks for saving his mother and a personal request. He comes to you in the hope that he can fight like you did and protect his mother like you did. He asks for your tutelage. You are amused, you agree. So, no more opposition on Zaki, only support. He becomes a follower. What do we do first? Zaki hopes to learn martial arts from you to protect his mother. How should you train this young man? I cannot look at his card stats. But do we give him martial arts instruction, which I believe is physicality? Instigation of crime, which might be stealth or survival? Hunting practice, which I think is combat? Or no, this might be survival, combat, and then wisdom or something in here. I'm not sure. Train him in martial arts, which he wants, but isn't the benefit based on your own stats? Yes. Well, technically, it's based on the combination of his stats, our stats, and whatever assistance we use to upgrade those stats. So, I can't check my own stats at this point, but I have upgraded all of my base stats through spending fate points. So we're actually in a much better position to train him than we were before. But I don't remember specifically which 3 stats we have on offer here and which 3 of those 3 stats what we have. So I have no way of referencing. We just have to go with it. But you want martial arts instruction? Like, we can definitely do that. And of course, it also depends on, like, what equipment you're rocking at the time and all that jazz. So, it's not just what your base stat is, it's what your total stat is when you go into the event for this, essentially. All right, martial arts it is. So, it will this as physique. His physique is 1. Our physique, where am I? I've forgotten. Our physique is 5. And if we wear a physique up armor, that will help. So there you go. And now we have this man's who is very supportive of us to run around and do things for us. So we don't really have enough money. This is physique up accessory, but we don't have the 20 gold it costs. What do we want? What do we want? Well, let's send him to support us in court. That's good for us. We'll send our wife to the bathhouse. Also good for us. Yeah. These we can safely ignore. This will resolve next time. This will end up back in our inventory that we could set it up for again. And we have to do let me open your chest personally next time. But this bitch is off the board now. I'm so happy about that. I hate her so much. And I only hate her because of what I've experienced of this woman's crazy in the demo. You can spend that gold carnality on the Sultan's favorite, assuming that she's there when you visit and she's got expensive tastes. Don't do this until you have a lot of loot. Not sure where you get treasures from. Does the explosive elixir of life count as one? You can get elixirs, or no, counts as a consumable. Treasures you can get from the foreign merchant. You can buy at least one. The injured white rhino hide, I believe its hide is considered to be a treasure as well. The crocodile might in fact be a treasure until you make it into a useful way of getting rid of evidence. There are some treasures that you can find here and there. I know of a few. But this is where we stand, so let's go. What's she like, May? The worst possible problem. You know how awful Nawful was as your rival? She's like that. Just a problem all the time because you snubbed her. Well, she wants a treasure, a huge sack of gold, and some equipment with a hefty charisma bonus. Okay. Nala's vanity is as renowned as her charm. She sends you a message suggesting you use a Sultan card on her. This way, she can return to being the center of palace gossip, and you, in the process, may gain immense pleasure. Yeah, no, she's a fucking delight. When you pull out the shiny Sultan card, she excitedly grabs it, admiring the magical flowing patterns. But why is there a picture of a woman taking her own life? She asks while undressing, revealing her body adorned with gold threads and embroidery. Because love breeds life, and death takes them. Ultimately, they are but two sides of the same coin, you explain, caressing her breast before the crimson nectar of life splurges from her chest, splattering on the knife's handle as you remove it from her. Bitch, you could not handle us. I am not cheating on my wife just so that you can be the center of gossip. Cartographer Minal brings you her latest discovery. Tracks faint but unmistakable, hinting at an uncharted oasis. She found the signs too late. Her supplies were already spent. She could not go further. Regret and excitement war in her voice as she urges you to sponsor or even join her expedition. She swears the rewards will surpass your wildest imaginings. In these vast expanses, you can find the tracks covered by wind and sand. We need 3 successes just to see results. And we got 7, so I don't think we need the rerolls. Yeah, this is my wife's dagger. I choose her. Yes, basically that. Your sponsorship compensates for her last shortcoming. Just when despair threatened to take hold, a hint of green emerges on the horizon. You would mistake it for a mirage, if not for the distant murmur of water. It is a miracle. Minal clings to you in exhilaration before breaking away, racing towards the unknown oasis. A small clan dwells here. They welcome you with open arms, offering their strongest spirits and their finest lambs. You return home with laughter in your throat and blessings at your back. Before long, the tale of your journey spreads across the city. No more opposition on Minal, and our Aziz became strong, even more strong. Plus, we have Charted Oasis. All right, the bathhouse. What do we learn in the bathhouse? Because our beautiful wife is perfect. Something tasty. Silver tactics. Very nice. Do we make good money today? We make some money today. Well, good enough. Whoa. That went by a little too fast. I should have slowed it down. A strangely dressed itinerant monk claimed that you have a connection to the god he worships and wanted to give you an ancient statue. The statue had a serene and compassionate look, but you always felt that something was off about it. Do we accept the statue, politely decline, or rebuke him loudly? What do we think? We have 2 points of insight, which is why we feel like there's something off about this statue. Chat, tell me, what should we do? Broccoli, welcome in. How are you, my friend? How has the day gone for you? Messing with these statue type things has never ever gone well for us. I say we turn the monk away politely. We absolutely could be nice about it. Less likely to curse us with misfortune? I mean, less, but not completely. I guess we will politely decline. You politely declined the statue. However, for several days you were plagued by evil whispers in your dreams. You rebuked, struggled, cursed, and fled in your nightmares until 7 days later, your nights returned to peace, as if nothing ever happened. We got some mystique out of it. Let's see here. The sparse coins ring hollow. Guests clink glasses in disinterest. Although your improvements to the house are modest, they create an impression of confidence in the face of the Sultan's trials, undoubtedly smoothing the path for many endeavors. You list your vacant house for rent. Soon, someone reaches out to you. We went and got influence because, we have not done silly things, and Zaki got a secret for us as well. Nice. 3 female slaves are tied behind the slaver, standing in a row for customers to choose from. You can join Nabani's pastime, pay half the price, select one to buy, and then set her free. You propose buying the barbarian slave girl. After a hand-to-hand exchange, the female slave is brought before you both. Even as her owners, her gaze remains defiant like a wild wolf. You are free, Nabani says. The gentleman and I have bought you, and we plan to set you free. If you need a job, you can also come to me, you add, observing her sturdy muscles. Hearing this, Nabani laughs heartily and playfully bumps you. A job? Women don't need jobs. You want her to find you to take another wife? You look speechlessly at his handsome, privileged profile and his prestigious attire that attracts attention, yet nobody dares question. Nabani has his own definition of kindness. Perhaps the good intentions he spreads to girls are genuine, but... While you talk, the barbarian girl hesitates no longer, decisively turning to escape, vanishing into the crowd in an instant. What will she do? Meet someone, then marry and have a child? Nabani smiles with interest. I hope I won't see her in a brothel. I've indeed seen ladies I've rescued there. You tell Nabani you'll pay the full amount. He smiles at your extravagance card, not preventing your generosity. So yes, we just broke 2 cards in 1 round because stupid Vanity made us draw more cards just so we could kill her. I hate that bitch. Ugh, she was such a pain in the demo, and I will not let you see what kind of a pain in the rear she is. Ah, the bookstore. We get a book. We got a gold book this time? Jeez Louise. Let's see if we can make the noble in question happy with us. Supportive of us. We got opportunity. Okay. Here we are. People want to have... so many people want to talk to us all of a sudden. Jeez Louise, Vizir. Vizir Abdul sends a servant to summon you for a chat at his residence. Again. Also, we've been attacked by a lurking assassin. That is unfortunate to come to us in this round when we need to go do this, and we have to do it personally. Seriously? I'm mad. I'm mad. I'm angry. This man has destroyed us. I'm so mad. I wanted to do this event. I had to go deal with the bitch, and now you've fucked me, Jawad. Ugh. This game is hard, you guys. It throws shit at you. It does not give two shits about you. And I have a gold carnality card. And this guy has fluxed off again. I don't know if this is a good idea, actually. We could do this one. We can do this one. Although, that one's kind of... for this. But here comes, Bharat. A merchant of exotic goods currently renting a shop under your name. It is said that before coming to the city, he had journeyed through the desert and visited many a distant land. Children flocked to him for his tales of long-forgotten mysteries. Yet, when asked about his past, he would only say that he is a man without a home. We can rent him the vacant room or the vacant mansion. I think I'm just going to give him the room. Stupid assassin needs to make an appointment first. Rude bastard. I know! I know! That damn assassin screwed me. You post a rental notice and soon a foreign merchant comes to take your offer. The foreign merchant named Bharat scrutinizes this vacant house, sometimes saying, the lighting is poor, other times saying, it's not sturdy enough. You are well aware of these flaws otherwise. Why wouldn't you live there yourself? You make concessions on the rent, agreeing that you will come to collect rent every 5 days at 1 gold coin, and he finally agrees. So we will not be making a lot of money on the vacant room, but at least we have Bharat here. We'll make a single gold coin every 5 days. We could make a lot more for the vacant mansion, but I don't have a problem with this. So, he's more useful for the things he sells, honestly. So like the Dreamer's necklace, excellent. This carved ring, beautiful. The Mantle of the Forgotten Gods, fantastic. So what if I only get a single coin from him? I don't care. I'm not gonna buy anything from him today. So in 5 days' time, he will come back. This is why you need a twin. Guest house needs more notoriety. Yeah. I mean, indeed. It's fine. Not worried about it. But we will get our rent and be happy. Thank you, my girl. Please go do this. Where is court? Is court just not in session suddenly? I didn't think that the Sultan had become that, Is it hiding underneath something? I don't think so. No, there's no court. There's just audience with the Vizir, which I have to go to in person. I didn't think that the Sultan had gotten that, I guess he had retired from court, and we just missed ownership. Ownership of the winery. We can send somebody to this. Receive divine grace. We can lift a curse. Or give a blessing for some money. But this one will... this one will roll up consistently. He cannot deal with the gold carnality either. We may be fucked about this gold carnality. That might be the end of us. We might be executed. Yikes. Aziz could do this as well. Alright, let's go find out what our wife wants. While we try not to get assassinated. As your influence increased, a relative sent spears and a famed horse. A few envoys from Maggie's family have just left the estate when she finds you. My parents sent envoys to ask about the Sultan's game and check on my well-being. I assured them that I am fine and told them I have faith in my husband. She says, her eyes sparkling with pride. Oh, and Father sent some gifts. You'll find them quite useful. Holy shit. Aziz. Have a spear. Get some combat in you. Jasmine is also a better horse, but I want her for myself. I just don't have the capacity to, like, equip her. So that's pretty cool. But, like, I don't have a pet slot yet. There's a way of getting a pet slot, but not everybody has pet slots. Because he is upgraded, he gets an animal handling pet slot. So currently he's rocking the original stallion. But Jasmine is better. She's amazing. Love her. And our wife doesn't have a pet slot either, so... Alright, what would he like to do? After a charity relief, Aziz slowly walks up to you. I think, Master, if you allow me to, that this time the porridge wasn't tasty, it was astringent, and the oats weren't soaked well, he says. I think Anal should be the one making the porridge. The porridge she makes is so delicious that would make you swallow your own tongue. You look at him suspiciously. How do you know that? Aziz stands quietly and calmly in the sun without answering. Still, there's no need to ask, as you can guess, because your household slaves always gather to share dinner. But can you really trust a slave's taste buds? What good foods could he have tasted? Do we let Inal do it? Or do we go, are you kidding me? Are you questioning me? And be all upfronted about it. Chat, what do we think? I know some of you are in an ad break. For those of you who are still here because you have Twitch Turbo or you have subscribed to me in some manner, whether through Twitch Prime or directly, feel free to weigh in. Do we go, yes, yes, Aziz, you are correct. Our Inal, our wonderful cook at our house who takes care of our household so well, definitely should make the porridge for the charity event. Or do we go, are you kidding me? Are you questioning me? Excuse me, mister? They should just be grateful they're getting any food at all. We absolutely give it a try. Who knows? It might work out. And by agreeing, we make them happier, if nothing else. I feel like our Aziz, loyal slave that he is, just wants to help. Like, he just wants to make the situation better. And so I'm going to go with it because he's a good man. You ponder for a moment and decided to let Inal handle the next charity day. The one who managed the charity day before is extremely repulsed at you by letting a female slave to take over his work. His harsh words are of no concern to you, however. Upon hearing of it, Aziz kneels at your feet, pleading that you assign him to maintain order at the next charity day. You have suffered more slanders against you in court, but the food relief has appeared. Interesting. So Aziz, Inal, and 5 gold coins is all it will take. But it will allow them to grow. Ooh. Ooh. That's good. I have given him some combat. I could give him the bow for better combat for this event as well. And it's gonna require wisdom, of which our girl has some. Yeah, we're gonna make this a lot better. Okay, I still got people to put in places. You a jerk. He can literally take care of this himself. Let's go. This is a whole thing. Actually, wait. Actually, this would be better. Zaki and Aziz. Because, again, his physique is good. This is 7 physique for Zaki. And there's no consumable that does physique. Except for maybe the Water of Life. Nope, Healing Herb does it too. I kind of don't want to get rid of Healing Herb, but we could Water of Life this shit. Make Zaki extensively good. Because none of this does, absolutely none of the intelligence does physique. So I'm gonna Water of Life this shit and see what happens. We're gonna have some crazy go on. This is good for us, because Sewer Crocodile we can deal with other ways. It's only our girl left. Is there a book we want her to read? The sociability that she has is from these pauldrons. So actually I might do the bureaucracy book. This would give her more wisdom, which she could stand to have. But I actually think this might be the best for her. Yes, I could have her go get more books, but it's fine. We need to have her read. Who is... the theologian is there. That's fine. She's fine. Like, I would love to own this, but I don't have the money for it. Okay. That's all the people to send to the places. Yeah. Pack of Vicious Dogs is gonna roll out. Mar Brothers will disappear because we're just not gonna deal with them yet. I don't have court. I may not have court in time. Yikes. We'll see what this does. Looking at these terrifying tools, you suddenly hesitated. Wasn't it obvious? You actually thought of letting an unknown person open your chest? Are you insane? He must be the devil. You quickly chase this weirdo away, yet maybe it's just your mind playing tricks. The days crawl by miserably, and late at night you can hear your heartbeat pounding in the stillness of the room, like a faint knock at the door of your soul. Thump, thump, thump. But we got some insight out of that. I wanted to do the event, and I got screwed. Find some experience to teach Zaki martial arts, or you could do it yourself. We need at least 3 successes out of 7. Easy. The training was relatively successful. He will be a good fighter in the future. The more successes you had, the higher his strength would have gone. I gave him the best chance I could. People are coming to our house to make us the money. Oh, good day. Good day. Excellent. 6 gold coins today. Beautiful. He's a jerk. But we send our wife to track him down at the House of Delights where chaos has broken out. A paying customer has been waiting for too long for the girl he requested, but was left ignored. Frustrated, he stands up, pulls aside the veil, and sees the most of the girls are fawning over Nabani in the inner chamber. The man, furious at being ignored, challenges Nabani, the center of attention. 2 men head to the open ground in front of the House of Delights, ready to settle the matter. When you and Maggie arrive, a familiar girl hurries over and pleads with you as a powerful minister to mediate the duel. If any patron were to die here, it would spell disaster for everyone in the House of Delights. The pleasure seeker, who is snubbed by the Lady of Delights, angrily points at the man they favor, Nabani, and stakes all his dignity as a man, demanding a duel with him. Do you want to intervene in this dispute? Do we persuade the neglected pleasure seeker? Do we persuade Nabani? Or do we remain neutral? They should work it out. What do we do, chat? How do we handle this event that we have been thrust into the middle of because a very popular, charming, sexy man who has the Sultan's favor as one of his honor guard can hog all the women at the House of Delights because they know precisely who will give them the most generously of his coin. We did do this in our first run. I believe we did persuade in his favor, but we could decide a different way. What do we think? Persuade to do what? Let the other have the girls? The options are unclear. The options are unclear on purpose. I think what the outcomes are is you can either persuade the neglected man to realize that he is just not that much of a priority at the House of Delights because the person he is angry at is a much more powerful man than him, and you persuade him to stop being angry about being neglected. I think if you persuade the favored, you persuade Nabani to actually stop hoarding all the women at the brothel house and share, you know, share the wealth, essentially, or share the pleasure, or whatever. Something, you persuade him to stop being a dumbass about getting all the girls. Or we could remain neutral and let them duke it out between each other. Just be like, this is not my problem. These are not my monkeys. Even though one of them is kind of our follower. You approached Nabani, patted his shoulder, and gestured for him to notice the anxious and worried ladies of delight around. If anything happened to him, how sad these girls would be. Why disappoint so much love over a vain duel? Nabani laughs heartily. You're right, Majdi. You always have a way with words to touch people's hearts, whether it's me or the Sultan. All right, my friend. I apologize for monopolizing the beautiful little mermaid for too long. He bows to the neglected man. Since there was a step, the man readily accepted, and the two shook hands, leaving it at that. Our influence grows. You are attacked by a lurking assassin. Prepare for battle. We need a single die success to survive the encounter. I think a 5 will do. You dodge his first attack. The blaze grazes your waist, reflecting the ghostly blue moonlight. This is a poison-coated dagger. Having missed the first strike, the assassin turns to flee, and you do not pursue. He's simply a tool, but who wants you dead? What secret have you uncovered lately? Reading. Improvements. Fantastic. Lumera is thoughtful. Well, that was a problem. Let's run away, your wife says. If we continue doing these horrible things, we will all not be ourselves anymore. This is also a possibility, you ponder. Do we accept our wife's suggestion to run, or do we reject it? Remember, we can accept this option for an ending and not pursue it at all. So it will just sit on the board waiting for us. No. Broccoli, the math is that our skills equals the amount of die we have to roll. The assassin's skills equals the amount of dice are subtracted that we get to roll. So he was -3 to the amount of dice we could roll to defeat him. So that's why the math works out that way. Your skills give you dice to roll, and the opposition, at least in those kinds of conflicts, subtract the dice from how many you get to roll in the end. So you can quite literally zero out how many dice you have, and you've seen that before with in our first run. Every time we had to deal with Nawful as a rival, we had to his group's skill sets canceled out our group's skill sets until we would have 0 dice and no way to do anything but fail the challenge. So I would refuse to force other ending. Well, see, here's the thing, Broccoli, is you can actually stumble across multiple alternative endings to finishing the deck of cards and just only pursue the one you care about or have the resources for. So, like, accepting her ability to run away does not matter. But it might give us something if we reject it, yes. I don't know what the rejection is. I have never rejected this request in all of the demo. I have never rejected my wife going, please, let's just leave. So, if you have the channel points, you can force this to your vote. You can crown yourself the king of the vote and decide for all of us. Or you can crown me the queen of the vote and make me decide, which I will hem and haw and be very disappointed in chat. But, you know, affectionately. But yeah, it's definitely gonna change things if we reject it. I worship this woman so much. I would marry her myself if I could. Yeah, go ahead. You crowned yourself the ruler of the vote. I'm assuming you want me to reject. That's what that fill in your request is, essentially. Cartographer girl can lead to an escape destination. She does maps, after all. Probably a different place to the last one. I mean, literally, the oasis that we have just found, again, is where we ran away to. Alright, well. Reject. Broccoli has crowned himself king of the vote, and his rule is that he has made his motion clear. You quickly covered your wife's mouth, afraid that the Sultan's spies are eavesdropping. Thoughts like these don't ever voice the idea of spoiling the Sultan's mood. Whew. Maggie comes to you with her dowry female slave, Inal, hoping you can spare a few minutes of your time for this girl. Inal kneels and recounts a dream that has troubled her for a long while. In the dream, she stands inside a sturdy house, warm and safe. Then suddenly she realizes she's also in the wilderness, meaning she is in 2 places at once. There are wolves in the wilderness, and she knows they are approaching, so she wonders, if she opens the door to hide in the house, will she also bring in the wolves, endangering the one inside? Dreaming, she stands at the house's door, shivering until she wakes. How should one interpret this dream? Once you leave here, you'll be in danger, or you crave freedom even if it involves risks. How do we interpret Anal's dream? I have never had this event, so I have no idea what this might mean. Chat, weigh in. Tell me what you'd like me to do. This is how you get to affect the game, even though I have to push all the buttons. I know. I worship this woman, but I was like, no, don't speak it. You'll get us in trouble. You'll get us killed. Our poor wife. Interesting. Option 1, she's afraid of the outside world. She feels safe here, but thinks that the game may destroy that. That's a good take on that. I mean, we could definitely do option 1. Once you leave here, you'll be in danger. Why are they asking you to interpret all the dreams? Broccoli, it's kind of a cultural thing. You are the head of the household, so if somebody has a concern, they bring it to you, even if it is just a vision in their dreams. And you have 3 points in insight, so you are considered to be the wisest person in the house to ask. It is a little bit protagonist syndrome, but it's also culturally relevant to the fantasy version of the culture that this game is based off of, where, you know, you go to the leader of your household to address any concerns you have. And if your dream is the thing that is giving you concerns, you ask them for their opinion, you ask them for their advice, you ask them to weigh in on the concern and make a decision, because they are the head of the house. They are your master, your husband, yada yada yada. So in the course of the game, it is definitely a protagonist syndrome issue, but in the course of like the basis of the culture that this entire game is writing on, it was common to have this, especially in a culture that is so superstitious and bound in like strange occult magics and visions and all that stuff. It's just, you know, you go to the wise man to find out what your vision means, what your dream means, because you have concerns about what it is. So I guess once you leave her, you'll be in danger is the answer we're going with. You told her that in her dream, wolves symbolize danger, while the house represents your residence, her place of refuge. This dream signifies that someone might attempt to take her away from here soon. Inal was horrified by your words, vigorously shaking her head, saying she absolutely didn't want to be taken away. And we gave an omen card. Ah, Jalila's back. We can now recruit me here. I think we just have to... It just happens. Yeah, the Sultan is out. He's fucked off. Let's get some inside information upgraded. Actually, hold on. I mean, yes, still with that, but do we have anything else that we can do? No. Okay. We have 16 coins. Good, good. Ownership of the winery needs to be dealt with. Food relief needs to be dealt with. The Hamar brothers we can ignore. The Vizir we've got some time on. The prison has people in it that we still need to deal with, one of which we need to do this personally for. Okay. We do need to deal with him, but we've got time. Sadly, he's too low of a thing to do. This carnality card might get us killed, actually. We might get beheaded here. Not gonna lie. Somebody will have to manage the estate for Inal because she'll be out. So I'm just gonna do this. Because they will grow and I want that to happen. Okay. We just need to send somebody to deal with this. Give me a moment. Who's managing my estate today? You have wisdom and sociability. I think you end up having to manage the estate today. Who's the bookstore? Jawad is the bookstore. Hey, Zaki, go fetch. We could send him to the bathhouse. Bronze carnality card, not helping. We have just enough money to actually start this if we want to. So, like, we have to go in person, but we could... We're gonna make money, so... At the very least, we can get Quaes out of the prison. Start his shit. And that leaves these two. Well, our wife is going to the bathhouse, because she's lovely and perfect and wonderful. She just is. She just is. He does not have enough frickin' survival. He does have sociability in combat, though. But Would I love to send a second person? Yes. Would I love to break a conquest card here? Yes. That's why I've not done it. Okay. This is also a conquest card. Where do I want him to go? I could make him go do this. That will be fine. There. There we go. Who are we even supposed to fuck to deal with this card? Probably the Sultan's top courtesan, who has very expensive tastes. Maggie would work if we upgraded her, but I can't see that happening in time. No. We couldn't even go for the Sultan, actually. It is possible to try and fuck the Sultan with this gold carnality card. I'm not even joking. It is possible to do it. I'm not saying that it is a good idea, but it's possible to do it. And unfortunately, we can't, there's no court. The Sultan is out. So I literally have no way to resolve this except the Haunted Mansion. But you need a person to be here that befits the tier of the carnality card you use. And they need to have a mark of passion to trigger anyway. So I'm fluxed. Like, this, we may get executed here because I have no way of dealing with this card. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, we're not fluxed. Because I can trade this card in a day. I just have to wait one more day to trade the card. We're saved, guys. Never mind. The run is saved. I'm glad I checked that. I thought I would be screwed, but no. Okay. End the day. We're gonna be fine. God, that was so close. Yeah, not dead. You plan to bring a small gift and try to subtly probe the Sultan's opinion on the unfortunate soul who dared to confront him openly and ended up imprisoned, still unable to escape. You respectfully offered coins to the Sultan. The Sultan robes the coins you offered, seemingly recalling the person you mentioned. Ah, I remember now. I was saving him for a suitable bloodshed card. A cruel smile tugs the Sultan's lips. Then he waves his hand dismissively. Lucky him. You are playing this game now. You get to decide. You prostrate before the Sultan, feeling a sense of shared hardship and relief. Thankfully, the Sultan was already over with the game when you jumped out to rebuke him. So now I have the Sultan's forgiveness. I can optionally give it to Quaes, or I can kill him. For a bloodshed card. Yeah, time to draw Golden Conquest. Yeah, exactly. Perhaps out of mercy, perhaps not. Regardless, you have some money to spare. You could lend it to the poor man unable to support his children. You lent him a way out. Your men came to collect the debt. The poor man cannot pay. Under mounting pressure, he surrenders everything. First, his meager plot of land as interest, then the orchard, the ancestral home, and even his daughter. You count your mounting gold as his world crumbles to nothing. What will happen to this desperate man? You don't care. Well, that was not great. I was not trying to get infamy. But Zephyr's back. Ah, the bathhouse. We got silver tactics. Very nice. Someone comes to your door claiming to be the owner of the vineyard you attacked that day. He wants to talk. He does not appear to bear you ill will. This gloomy man is not here to assign blame. He introduces himself as the brother of Lady Fatuna's late husband. And with her husband's sudden passing, the widow has inherited a fortune. These properties shouldn't belong to her. He rubs the ring on his thumb and gives you a meaningful look. He proposes a collaboration. If you, who has Fatuna's trust, tricks her out and kidnaps her, afterwards you get half the property. A very generous reward. Greed flares up in your mind. The man narrows his eyes, pleased, and sets a small vial of sleeping draught on your table. A simple thing for you, isn't it? He coos. She trusts you. And she does. Fatuna trusts you. Oh, how she trusts you. Your conscience stirs uncomfortably. Although you are still hesitating, the hesitation has already betrayed you to the vineyard owner. He smiles and leaves you the drugs, believing you will make a wiser and more beneficial choice. But will you? Will you betray Fatuna? Even as her son pursues us as a mentor to better himself to protect his mother? Do we expose the plot or become an accomplice? Last time we exposed the plot. This time we could decide to go full infamy and become an accomplice. But I like her better than I like him. He's a slimy bastard. I'm just saying. Who says he would give us anything at all? Let's be honest. An infamy run, eh? I mean, we kind of don't have the thing going for an infamy run, but it's definitely easy to do. Especially when you get more powerful in your fate purchases, infamy runs become far more fun from what I've heard. I've never done them myself. I'm too nice of a person. I am just such a good-hearted person. I just like don't want to screw anyone over. So I'm gonna expose the plot and let Fatuna in on it because it's much more fun for me. You find Fatuna and inform the poor woman about the plot. Thank you for telling me this. Fatuna presses her lips together and sighs slowly. She actually knows the intentions of the vineyard owner. The man covets her and her wealth. Fatuna despises him, even hates him. Taking a deep breath, she looks straight into your eyes and resolutely says, "Can you kill him for me?" Her tone is calm and restrained, unwilling to show any hint of cowardice. I am willing to pay more than whatever he promised you. You agree to her request. Now it is just a matter of waiting for the right time. Yeah, either way somebody dies. Food relief. Again, the hungry poor squeeze outside the tent, waiting for your alms. Following Aziz's advice, you entrust today's porridge to Anal. It is Anal's first time handling such an important task. She was so excited that her face turned red, getting up before dawn to cook the day's porridge, monitoring the heat and stirring nonstop, believing that only this way can draw out the natural sweetness of the wheat. It tastes much better even without expensive sugar. She is right. Smacking sounds gradually raise among the crowd. The porridge is delicious. People praise it as they have never tasted such good porridge. Hearing that, Anal proudly lifts her head before shyly lowering it again. She gains charisma and piety. But just at this moment, a commotion suddenly arises in the crowd. We need 2 successes to save her from whatever this is about to be. Oh. Dunzo. Look at that. Aziz and Anal accurately find the source of the disorder. It was a tall old man who seemed to have been a mercenary in the past, covered in scars. Aziz walked over, pinning him to the ground with absolute force before he could react. No matter how he struggled or begged for mercy, the silent giant slave would not let go. Finally, he tearfully admitted he was sent by the original person in charge to cause trouble, as he couldn't stand being overshadowed by a mere female slave. But regardless, he probably won't dare cause any more mischief. No one else was hurt, and no one else dared to mess around here, which gave Anal a point of wisdom and Aziz another point of combat. That was so worth doing. Oh my goodness gracious. So worth it. Look at this. Yay, they're better. I love them. Our little slaves are growing up so fast. People are still willing to come, and Lumera, our girl, is taking care of the household because Anal had to go do something else, and we're gonna make good money today. Good money. Good money. Ooh. Hey, the neighbor, a scholar, complained that your feast was too noisy, interrupting his creative flow and preventing him from finishing his great work. Do we cancel the feast, which gains us a book, but loses us a point of influence in the court? Do we ask him to move? If he's so bothered by our feasting, he should just go elsewhere. Do we ignore him? We've done that before as well. We've actually had this event twice. Or do we deafen him? Because, well, if he can't hear the feasting, he can't be disrupted. I don't really want more infamy. Rukavi. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of miss Faraj because he was such you know, a bro. He was such a noble bro. But like, Aziz, Inal, and Zephyr are definitely worthy of love and attention as well. Like, they're great, actually. Ask him to move. We're going to be having these feasts all the time. You're better off somewhere quieter. As if he has the resources to move, but sure. We'll ask him to move. We'll be like, if you don't like it, go elsewhere. Notoriety we can deal with. In fact, high notoriety is fine. The feast is an extremely important sociability occasion for you, and you cannot compromise on this point. But he can move to another quiet residence until he finishes his work. You half threaten, half sincerely tell him that you still have some influence in the city and can help him find a suitable place. The scholar, knowing that further entanglement would lead to nothing, leaves in indignation. Look, we offered to fucking help, dude. We're like, we have influence in this city. If you need someplace quieter to do your work, we'll help you look for it. Within your means, but like, fuck off, dude. I cannot afford to lose influence in the Sultan's court with the Sultan's game in my hands. Like, are you kidding me? We could have made him deaf. Yeah, we could have. But he can fuck right off. To the bookstore. We got book. Jingle, jingle. That's, we don't have enough actual resources to influence whoever is at the bookstore today, but we will certainly try. Nope. That is not happening. It's definitely not happening. After 2 projects of collaboration, Mahir considers you her best partner and hopes to establish a closer, more stable, long-term relationship with you. Mahir has become your follower. She is not concerned for what deity you follow or what ideologies you hold. She is here because of you. In you, she finds a long-lost trust, despite being a noble. She's faced much scorn and ridicule for her obsession with crafts and tools, but you are different. You are willing to support her dreams, finance her endeavors, and most importantly, you believe in her. Yes, we love a good mad scientist, and that is definitely what she is. She is now a follower, and she brings us 2 vials of aether for her projects. The Sultan is not in. But suddenly we realize who's behind those secretive glances and smiles. Perhaps to ask you not to drive her away or to prove her value, Inal served you a plate of ruby-like pomegranates syrup with crushed ice from the ice house. She mixed the ice into the syrup and then kneeled to present it to you. With one bite, the sweet scent of pomegranate permeated your heart. With your praise, she withdrew happily, seemingly no longer bothered by the dream. After Inal left, your wife told you Inal was a houseborn slave born at her home, enslaved since her grandparents' generation, never experiencing the life of a free person or considering buying her freedom. A simple-minded girl, great at cooking, a bit too talkative, but has always served well. You nodded, a strange thought causing some slight unease. But now, that's the best you can do. We got a mystique card. For convincing her that her place is in our household and nowhere else. We have ensured her loyalty, that's for sure. Okay. We have Jawad visiting. We have Zaki's next request. We have horse betting. Cool, cool, cool. The audience of the Vizir to get to at some point. This guy's fucked off again. We don't have any convictions to upgrade. We do have more inside information to upgrade. We could upgrade tactics to gold tier, but it's not really worth doing right now. We do not have frickin' enough time just sort this shit out. Okay. We don't have any equipment sneaking around in there. But look at her. Her charisma's gone up, her wisdom's gone up, her piety has gone up. She's wonderful. She's sweet. And Aziz got more combat. So good. It's good, it's good. Alright, well, she can go back to managing our estate because it's what she's there for. It's what we've built her for. Good girl. This is already doing its thing. I'm not sure I care enough to get him back. This will do a thing. Mahir is a thing that we must do. Did we exchange the card? No, we have not. Lots of variety when it comes to offering Sultan cards to Nabini. Yeah, it's true. So we have this long-term research event thing where we can send somebody to help. We don't have to, but we need at least 5 gold, an aether, and items. We don't have to send a person. We can decide not to. We can just do the gold, just do the aether, and throw some wisdom at this shit. Boop. Done. Mahir, done. She will take a whole week. Let us get rid of this carnality card before it kills us. Throw you back into the depths. Really? Really? F's in the chat for this run. F's in the chat, you guys. I am not joking. So many F's in the chat today. And yes, my F's are Darkest Dungeon related F's from Lyrenstraz's stream. Yeah, that's not Conquest. Nope, it's not. Certainly not Conquest. We thought carnality gold was gonna be a problem. No. Mm-mm. Nope. This is the thing that will kill us. Here's what we've gotten. We've gotten through all of these cards. Beautifully beautiful cards. We have survived 21 days. We have 3 fate points from this run. Just 3. So far. I mean, we haven't died yet, but we have 3 days to deal with this bloodshed card. And we've got no way to do it. Oh, wait. I can't kill him. If I could use this bloodshed card on this detached rider, I would be so happy. No idea. No idea. Do I have that possibility? No. No, I do not. Bullshit. More survival, please. Such bullshit. Might have to take that meeting with the Vizir. I do need to. I mean, I have to. I might as well. He's a gold level card. There are ways to kill him. I don't actually want to, but I can. You. Make your excuses. Dumbass. Let's see here. What books do we have that she can read? She can read that one. She can read that one. She can read this one. Okay. If we pull all of this off her, right? I'm just gonna stick it up here for the time being. If we pull all of this off her, this is where her stats actually sit. We could give her more wisdom. We definitely should give her as much magic as we can get our hands on. One of those magic books will cause her to lose physique. She's already done the charisma drop one for her this magic point. But we could give her more wisdom as well, which would help her. Wasn't there an event at the temple that hinted on breaking cards? Yes. Yes. But we haven't gotten that one yet. I don't know what spawns it. We may not get it in time, Broccoli. But we will get the court back. Well, no, we won't get the court back. Fuck. Yeah, it's a problem. It's just a problem. We're just gonna play it out till the end, though. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, so this gives her wisdom, which would make her wisdom 6. Stealth isn't that big a deal for her, so it doesn't matter. The Book of Whispers removes a piece of wisdom for 2 magic. This is survival. This is survival and stealth, of which we should definitely give that to Zephyr and the next time he's available, and also this one probably to Zephyr. So I think I'm gonna make her use this book. We're gonna put her stuff back on her. Make sure that all this is sorted. And make her read a book. Yay. Upgrades, my girl. Upgrades. As for our dear wife, she's going to the bookstore to try and influence Iman and like us a lot, a little more. You know, he's just gonna do his thing. Yeah, that will be good. That's this turn. End the day. We'll see what happens. Abdul sends another servant, summoning you to his residence. It may not be that urgent, but he does not like being ignored. You suspect Abdul has come to see you about Murtaz, and you are correct. Somehow, that coward has found the audacity to threaten vengeance against the Sultan. A drunken boast, perhaps, but Abdul, ever the Sultan's most faithful servant, will never tolerate such treason. He has chosen you to teach Murtaz a lesson he will never forget. Oh boy, oh boy. People come to give us money. We make money. Yay, money. The Sultan is out. Still, you suddenly realize what's behind those secretive glances and smiles. The bookstore. We get another silver frickin' book. Like I need another frickin' book. Can we influence him? Can he hate us a little less? Yes. Okay, so he does still have a point of opposition, but now it is canceled out by the point of support that he has on us. So he is no longer a problem person unless we piss him off. That's fine. We got some mystique out of it, too. That was good. You send your rider and steed to compete. Place bets. If victorious, you may receive a reward. Failure means losing everything. We need 4 successes out of 9 to win. Yikes. Reroll. Whew. More money. Clearly, Nabani thought that this would be more fun. It was not. A noble knocks on your door, smiling obsequiously. Now covered in gold and dressed in fine attire, it takes you a moment to recognize him as a prisoner you once saved, and he still owes you a reward. Soon you recall the assassination attempt you faced a few nights ago. Could it be him? Just for those few gold coins. This ungrateful miser. Maybe freeing him was a mistake. You chose not to kill him. Jawad pretends to be very grateful for everything you've done and swears to repay you in full. Looking at the grinning fat noble before you, although you still suspect his involvement in the recent assassination attempt a few days before, you need allies, and so you warmly invite him to join you, which he, of course, gladly accepts. He does have a point of support on him already for us, but now he is actually a follower who we can make use of. The promised gratitude feed wasn't short, but it wasn't as much as he had boasted about. We did get the 10 gold he promised us, but only the 10 gold, for all of the trouble. Shh. Our girl improves herself. The full title is Logical Overview of 100 Questions Underpinning Abstract Concepts in Intellectual and Ontological Understanding of Scholarship. A synopsis is presumed to be redundant. Lumera is thoughtful. Now that the discovery of the new oasis has spread, who will decide what to do with the land? And so we must deal with that. Alright. Our girl wants to talk to us. Our daughter wants to talk to us. We have some money. And some stuff that we could buy. I could actually get this, which would be huge. Actually. This will resolve regardless of our decision on the matter, as will Headless Dragons and managing the estate unreliable ally. We want better secrets. Yes, excellent. Do we have anything else? No. Okay. We have 2 days, which is why the music has changed up. 2 days to figure this out before execution. Jeez Louise. And we won't end up here, you guys. We will not end up here. Here. Come out. We're gonna die in a moment. It's fine. Our girl taking care of this household like it is her sacred duty, of course. What does our daughter want? You find Lumera sitting idly in your study with some books scattered around. Seeing you, she looked at you with clear eyes and said, "Master, I notice that the books here are about very grand and significant events, but there's nothing about ordinary people, about slaves, servants, or vendors. Why is that?" Were the writers very narrow-minded? Were they not just not written down on paper, or were they not worth recording? I believe last time we said they weren't written on paper. So, do we want to tell her a different answer this time? Shift in the music is so good. Even if it is, like, freaking me out a little bit, because I'm like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. There's nothing I can do about it. Go for number 1. The writers were narrow-minded. Okay, we'll try it out. The choice made in this event has no impact on the further quest line. I am aware. It just is what reward you get for picking. It's fine. It's just an interesting question. So we get to insult the other writers. Let's go. Notoriety. Up. You told her that the scribes of the Empire had a narrow perspective, focusing only on the highest glories and hardly noticing the insignificant people. If she wanted such a book, she would have to write it herself. She widened her eyes, then nodded heavily. Oh, what friends will she make with that? How dare the worm? Well, I'm gonna die. We're gonna handle this ourselves. Zaid is at the bookstore. It would be nice to influence him. So do that, Jawad. Be useful, you jerk. Maggie is gonna go talk to Zaki about his request. After the last training, he has determined that you are trustworthy. This time he has come to you again. You want to hear his other requests. At a certain court meeting, Zaki witnessed your heated debate with the ministers. While recounting it, Zaki's eyes are full of admiration. Can you teach me how you did it? You were intrigued and agreed to his request. Zaki wants to improve his social skills to help his mother and you argue with others in the court soon. You thought of 3 places to train this young man. Communication in the court, gossip in the bathhouse, or the House of Delights. One of these 3 options is charisma, one is I think wisdom, and one is sociability. Do I know which is which? No. Court, he's useful to help diffuse situations there. All right, we can do communication in the court. I think that's what we picked last time, but it's just you get the option of upping one of his 3 stats, and then you get then you have to figure out how who you are going to send to teach him the stat in question for the best benefit. So here we go. Learning sociability. Who is our highest sociability? Not our wife. You have a 4. His sociability is non-existent. It's not you. It's definitely not you. I actually think it might be us, but we're busy. Sociability 3. No, actually, Lumera is currently the leader. What's Jawad's sociability? Just a 1? Could it be our girl Inal? She has a 3. So actually, Lumera is actually the highest, except him. He's the highest. If we can convince him to come out, he can teach Zaki. Fine. Come back and play, you dumbass. Okay. Why don't you go gather news in the bathhouse for Freezies? But he has no charisma and sociability, so this is bad, actually. He's the worst person to send. She would be better. Yep, she would be better. And that's only if I don't want her to read books. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, what to do with these other guys? Aziz, go take care of it. Or did we want... No, that one's better. A little more even Stevens, I think. Maybe you can use a conquest card, but... Nope, I can do nothing. Can act preemptively or ignore it, but in any case, nobody can change the Sultan's mind. I can attempt to see if I pull another conquest card for it. Do we attempt to pull a conquest card? We're gonna die tomorrow anyway. Oh, he'd gain passion in the brothel? Oh, geez. Or the bathhouse? That's interesting. This shit's about to get wild. There we go. I can attempt to pull a conquest card of bronze or lower to try and conquer the charted oasis before the Sultan does it. Sure, draw more cards. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? Spicy. Spicy. That is not the conquest I needed. Are you fucking kidding me? We're going all out because we are gonna die regardless. It does not matter. Okay. That's all I was looking for. Was this. About this guy. Oh, we have to show up in person. That's right. We're kind of stuck in another thing. Although we didn't have to handle this ourselves. We could send somebody. Zephyr, go deal with it. I'm gonna as you wish this guy. Because it's hilarious. Yeah, we're dead next turn because of bloodshed. It does not, these things do not matter at all. The fact that we have 3 out of the 4 golds does not matter at all. Not in the least. What can I make you go do? No higher than bronze tier. That's not helpful. That doesn't have a card in it. Okay. Right. In fact, Juna is in here, but we're busy. Nothing. Nothing. Nope. This is just really ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. Okay then. Well, here's the turn. Zaki gets to sit and do nothing. We end the day. This was a very short run. That's okay. I expected at least one of my runs to fail spectacularly at one point. Traveling merchants tell tales of a rare beast known as the crocodile, living in remote forest rivers. Now, due to a rich man's mistake, the crocodile hatchling has slipped into the sewer. No one knows if it's still alive. Well, we're about to find out. The crocodile, whose mouth, bound by straps, was yanked from the canal, astonishing people with its pure white body. And Aziz gains a point of survival for the efforts. Your neighbor, a fool who always competes with you, beat his own wife's face just to warn her not to talk to someone like you, a dirty bastard who fornicates with women using sorceress cards. Since the mud has already been flung at you, you decide to accept it. Alas, in a way that will be a little different than he imagined. You will demonstrate to your neighbor with action how devoid he is in his imagination. Once you are done, it shall be as clear as water from the river of Indus to him that having an obedient lover and a gentle, respected wife is a blissful thing, and that he shouldn't have treated her so abusively. Initially, the man yelled at you, resisted like a rabid dog, but soon, in agony, he lost the strength to struggle, lying on the ground, silently shedding tears. Now he resembled the poor woman he's abused every day. This is what he deserved, you told him. You were the retribution for his evil deeds. While disciplining him, Maggie took the poor woman back to her place, treated her wounds, and spoke of many things to her. The next morning, the woman took her unconscious husband from among the mess. Her gaze was resolute, and when she looked at you, there was a hint of gratitude in her eyes. As you brushed past her, you vaguely spied some sort of protruding shape from her pocket. Perhaps a dagger, perhaps something else indescribable. A shiver ran through you as you turned back. Maggie was smiling faintly at you. After that incident spread, many men instinctively lowered their heads and averted their gaze when they saw you. Our notoriety increased for that one. Worth it. That man got exactly what he was coming for him. What happens in the bathhouse? What do we learn? Something silver. An omen. How dare the worm? You take Abdul's hint. He wants you to kill Murtaz, the prancing fool who dares claim vengeance against the Sultan. But more pressing is the question, how does he plan to do that? What gave the coward the nerve to rebel? You should find him and see if his newfound courage has any worth, any value you might claim for yourself. When you visit Murtaz's residence again, you find it completely changed. The living room is covered by tapestries with strange totemic embroideries. Lanterns flicker in the sunless room. A neurotic fervor gleams in Murtaz's shifty eyes. He does not even notice your arrival, mumbling in prayers that you can barely make out words like condemnation and sultan. It seems he has no intent to rebel. This coward has placed all his hopes for revenge in some obscure deity. How awfully disappointing. Now you are faced with a choice. Will you kill him and report back to the Vizir, or spare this poor soul? We killed him last time. PP, thank you for the refresh. Hi. We could spare him this time. Not that it will do him any good. Certainly won't do us any good. We're about to die. We who are about to die, salute chat. Kill him or spare him, you guys. What do we do? Stab him. Alright, we'll stab him. We have lots of stabby cards in our hand right now. Jeez Louise. You decide to kill this pathetic person and end the despair and pain he dares not end. People come to our house, and we maketh money. Our daughter is the best. She maketh... Oh, she's not even making us money. And all is the best, and she maketh money. We make 6 coins today, because we maketh nani. A person suddenly approaches you, showing you a bundle of old items, claiming that they are treasures passed down from your ancestors and asking you to buy them back. You inspect them. Some are good, some are clearly fake, but some seem worth appreciating. Do you take it all? Do you say, I only want the best? Do you go, you thief? Or, nah, not interested. At least he's worth a bronze bloodshed. It's true. We have at least a bronze bloodshed to spend on him, too. Because I went, well, I'm gonna die anyways. I might as well grab all the cards. I can still keep grabbing cards. Like, I can have as many in my hand as I want. But what do we do about this guy? I believe last time I was like, I only want the best. Take the lot, not like it matters? Okay, I'll take it all. I'll take the trash and the treasure. I want it all. Prison! You informed the guard of the Sultan's forgiveness. The guard opened the cell door, and the tortured prisoner had no strength to say anything to you. Fearing the Sultan might change his mind, the prisoner's mother, after expressing endless gratitude to you, hurriedly took her son away, which turns Quaeus into a silver card. That he's not a follower, but he is out in the world to do things. And he has a whole quest line that we will not have the time to do because we're about to die. The Sultan is still not seen. But one secret pulls another secret. In the exploration process, you're not sure if you're closer to or further from the truth. Clearly, Nabani thought this would be more interesting. The bookstore. We bought the book. Finally. Let's see if we influence today. We influenced the crap out of this guy. Zaid is now a man of support. Good job, Zaid. And we got a secret. Secret. It is execution day. If we do not deal... Construct the guest house has appeared because our notoriety is high enough. We also have dog racing. Okay. Our wife wants to talk to us. We've got a ton of things going on again. The Sultan is still not in residence. It's a problem. Such a problem. We can use a bloodshed card on Rabbah to escape scrutiny in this matter. It's the smartest thing that you can do. And we have one. We can kill him ourselves, or we can send somebody. You know what? You go deal with it. That should be enough. We also have this bloodshed card. But we don't have a low enough bloodshed card to use on him. We can't use carnality, which is sad. Anyone can kill him, though. Anyone at all. He doesn't even fight back. He's just dead. What does our lovely wife want? Ah. She's upset. She's upset. I don't blame her. I'm upset. This is bullshit. We can bet on dogs, but it won't do us any good. No, it won't. Literally will do us no good. Let's have a really good time on our way out before we are just absolutely destroyed. Lazig? Sure. Zaki, why don't you go buy a book? Why not? Receive divine grace. None of these. We don't even have the gold coins to do it. Nor do we have us, so we can't do a card. I mean, it doesn't matter. This bloodshed card is the death of us. Because the Sultan is not in. It's literally the death of us. Okay. Well, somebody is going to the bathhouse.
Oh.
Because why not? Let's see here. We actually can do... It requires 10. And I can't even use a silver extravagance for a silver vacant mansion because I don't have 10 coins. No, it only does stone extravagance. Okay, that's why. I wonder. Nope, that did not do it. Yeah, we just have stuff we can no longer do anything with. That's it. I think this is it. I don't have, I mean, I guess I could. Do books for the last two. There you are. Have a book. Aziz. My survival specialist. Do I have... I do not have a combat book. I can give him more survival. I can give him some stealth. I cannot give him combat because he doesn't have the wisdom for it. That's it. I suppose he could go do this, but this requires wisdom. Never mind. Conquest or carnality? I don't have either. Can't do bloodshed. Nope, nope. This is the end. That's the end. Alright, I've tried to send people to places. It's fine. End day. See what happens. Pretty sure that's it. We don't even get to see how everything else resolves. We just die. We get executed. Is this your way of pleasing the Sultan? Would you accept this defeat? We can return to the start of this round, and that's it. We know that at the start of this round, we cannot win. We have a gold bloodshed card that just kills us. So we end it. This is the end of this run. Execution day. Deadline reached. Is this your way of pleasing the Sultan? Beautiful art. This time you have successfully resolved Sultan cards. Fate has taken notice. We got +7 Fate. So, for tomorrow, this is the story of a courtier who was executed for failing to break the Sultan card in time. Boring and incompetent. Who shall choose to play next? We got 11 fate points overall from that run. Just 11. So tomorrow we can start again, upgrade something else, continue on. But this is it for me today. I played till the end of this run. It was a short run, but we're gonna do another run, you guys. I'm not done with this game. There's so much more in this game to see. So thank you for joining me today, but this is the end of stream. I am Mayrin Althea Tover, and I stream Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern US time. You may call me May, if that's easier to say. The rhyming is sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. And if you follow and put on notifications either here or over on Blue Sky, you'll know when I go live, regardless of time zone, because you'll get a little notification that says, hey, May's streaming, come join her. You know, Blue Sky is where we talk about the games that I play. I'm very bad at it. Please, someone prompt me to post about my runs so far. And other than that, I would love to get to know you guys over there. We can share our interests, we can share our days, we can share our everything over on Blue Sky. That's the social media place to talk to me. If you have missed either of the first two runs of Sultan's game that we have played so far, the playlist is on YouTube. I make zero money over there. The YouTube playlists are just for you guys to have my company anytime, day or night, to catch up on whatever you missed because you missed a stream or a moment, whatever you need to do. Feel free to head over there and check it out. Throw a playlist on while you're working, cleaning, cooking, traveling, sleeping, whatever helps you. That's what they're there for. It's how I give back to you guys. And last but certainly not least, I do raid my friends. So let's go find a friend to raid. My raid message is bare bones basics. It works for literally everybody. And if you want to spice it up with your own love heart or raid emojis from the communities you follow or are in, by all means. I am happy to allow it. Today we're going to go run over to Dragon Wolfblade playing Hellblades Susuna's Sacrifice. Dragon is just getting back into streaming after a long reprieve, and he's a friend of mine. You've heard him here in my Stardew Valley and also my Sunhaven runs. He shows up on occasion for the funsies, and I would love to support him in all of his streaming goals. So I hope that you will give him all the love from me and yourself. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And until tomorrow, when we return to Sultan's game for another run at 1 p.m. Eastern US time, I will see you there. But we have to now raid in 3, 2, 1. Bye, guys.